Yo, we live, bro.
Say something, you soft motherfucker.
Sean, today is not the day. I don't want to talk. Xbox has a monopoly.
Why the fuck don't you want to talk? Talk that shit. Come on, talk that shit. You're
I
a
hate
PlayStation
you,
dude.
and I hate Xbox.
Do you even know how to spell Monopoly?
Fuck you.
Nine, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Man, oh man. Fellas, ladies, whoever's in the chat. You know, unfortunately, the big news hit last Tuesday, which was obviously a day after WBG. And there's been a lot of podcasts, a lot of videos, a lot of people talking about it on Twitter. But people really haven't got our take on WBG. I mean, we did TTS, but let's give everybody our WBG take with an absolute legend in the Xbox community. Our boy Tim Dog is here. Tim Dog, thank you for joining us, bro. Now, I booked Tim Dog weeks before this. Last time I booked Tim Dog in 2020, weeks before that show, the day that Bethesda's acquired ZeniMax. Yeah, Xbox acquired ZeniMax. Tim Dog was on the show that day. Last Tuesday, this happened with Activision Blizzard. Our first guest on WBG is Tim Dog. I don't know what's going on, but it's real. Tim Dog, what is going on, bro? Thanks for joining us, man. I appreciate you, man.
Yo, you're a legend yourself. You guys are awesome. I love the show. I'm happy to be here. Listen, we're just lucky. Next year we'll have another podcast, and we'll be hearing more cries of the monopoly.
I love it. Talk that shit. I love it.
I love it. You know, on this show, bro, whatever, you know, you can just swear.
I love you
we
guys.
have a good time over here, bro. Hey, so look, before I get to the rest of the panel, I decided to get my boy Tim Dog a huge shout out first and foremost. Let me say what's up to the members, because we got some new members on here I didn't see. Daily Warrior 83, Sonic Echo X, Risiku Security, sorry if I butchered your name, Raphael Wilson, Pong Soul, what's up, Pong? How you doing, brother? Carl Weeb, Eternal Sadat, what's happening, y'all? Elusive Mage, Kendrick Star, MK Michael 001, Brutal Enigma, The Angry Therapist MD, Cinedex, Emmanuel A1, Jordan Mace, Latine Manning, excuse me, Lower Star Killer XSX01, Gears of Truth, Oh Me Tony, Ben X Smoking, Darko Dreamers, McDingo McThickens, The Blue One, Raiden Blade, Phantom Kraken, Jigga J, Mario 187, Hassan Abu Zeed, Rulio 44, Sean 786, Chill Carlos, Potion Shore Run, Hyperfang Gaming, A. Rodimus, and Dut. Good old Dut. Everybody, thank you for being members. Thank you for the support. But y'all, let's like, no, I don't want to introduce the panel. Y'all know these POSs. No, you know what I'm gonna do. Sean, what's up with you, man?
You know, it's been a hell of a week. And today is a very special show. You talked about 2020, September. We know what went down on that Monday when the ZeniMax deal went down. We thought 7.5 billion was big, you know, and we had the awesome our brother Tim Dog on that show. Today, once again, we're not talking about 7.5 billion. We've been talking about 70 billion, 7-0. And today's going to be an incredible show because a lot of people have been talking that shit. I've been loving it, seeing the Xbox podcast kicking ass all day, every week, bro. Be loving it. The Pony podcast can keep crying. Talk about malign influences and all that bullshit. I know we're going to be talking about it, but guys, hit that motherfucking like button because today is going to be a wild one. So let's talk that shit, please, and share it out.
All right, brother. Joey, what's up with you, man?
Absolutely nothing. Let's get this show right away. They don't need to present me. Go ahead, start.
Hey, Joey was like a ball of fire in the pre-show. Like, shit,
Right.
Man.
You gotta tell him calm his ass down, man.
Yeah, he's like, say it for the show, player.
Yeah. Hey, Sue, hey, what's up with you, man?
Hey, man, it was just a hilarious week. Fucking ponies on Twitter. Okay, I'm gonna get to this later, but bots are. I love it. The community came together with this Crash Bandicoot avatar on Twitter, and like I've literally had ponies say, "Hey man, y'all need to stop this." He's like, y'all been playing Crash Bandicoot? Like, yeah, they were mad, and I just love the fact that there are so many people that joined in and trolled the ponies. But
That's
yeah, we're gonna get into it.
For sure. Let me get the super chat before I go to you, Dev. Just shoot 50 with the $10. Love me some Tim Dog, and Dirt show is going to be great. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Yeah, Tim Dog is the man. Hey, Dev, hey, what's going on with you, bro?
Hey, Dirt, what do you want to tell Joe Biden right now?
Ponies! Ponies!
Nothing but red. I'm liking the trolling on Twitter. It's hilarious. The pony tears are scrumdiddlyumptious, and I want to talk that shit. Let's go.
Let's go, man. My boy Nuisance with the $5. What's up, my WBG brothers? Xbox has the best community in gaming. I appreciate all of you guys. Shout out to Tim Dog, the OG, the Xbox OG. Talk that shit, boys. 100%. Listen, when I tell my little stories about 2014, I saw a dude Togo like make fun of me. Said Dirt in 2014. Listen, Tim Dog is a guy that was there in the trenches back then. Yeah. He was in the trenches. I was just a guy that was in the chat leaving comments. I didn't start doing my channel until 2017, but Tim was there. He witnessed all of it. Yeah. And Tim, to see what's going on now, brother, to see where Xbox was back then, to see what's going on now, how does that make you feel? Where there was a lot of guys that flip-flop, but you never did.
Yeah. You know, it's great that you bring up 2014 because I can remember that very vividly. Like when I came on to Twitter, it was basically to combat people like Thuway, Peter Dodd, and all these people that were on NeoGAF that were basically out to kill Microsoft off as a brand. And they were getting traction through the gaming media and stuff like that with basically a bunch of lies. And I could see through it. And, you know, this is well chronicled, too, if you really look back. So that's the difference is that, you know, today when you hear these, you know, Sony fanboys crying about Monopoly and all this stuff, you know, back then there was a legitimate case that Xbox would be no more. There were talks about it. It was very real. Even in 2017, it was still not sold on and you know, pushed by Satya. He kind of needed to be sold on it, and there were times where this whole thing right now could have never came to be. And at those times, whether it was 2014 and combating people like Peter Dodd and NeoGAF and the lies that they pushed with the people banning Xbox fan, Bish the moderator, who would basically, you know, a conversation would start and, you know, it would be pro Sony and it would bash Xbox and you would really not have a say. It was really bad. And then that NeoGAF forum was pushing a bunch of lies about Xbox. So, the reason why I'm talking about stuff like that is because there were real times where Xbox was like, you're talking about now where they're in such a position that people are crying like how strong they are, to a position when they were at legitimate points where they could have been no more, or they could have been nothing, a shell of what they are right now, or even a shell of what they were last gen, completely making no games and just, having some, xCloud and a dongle server, and that's all you have, a variety of X games and xCloud games. It could have went that way, or not even xCloud itself, but the perseverance of the fans, like everyone on this panel, and the way we are with our passion. I did think that we have something to do with what's gone on here. And, we're made fun of because, or we're poked fun. All you guys talk about acquisitions. All you guys talk about acquisitions. Well, there's a reason, because, there was a time where you guys mocked us and said Xbox had no games.
Right.
But the passion of the fans and the community, we knew what was up, okay? And we asked Microsoft to do what they did last Tuesday for the longest time. We didn't even think it could be done.
Right.
So shout out to the community, everyone on this panel, everyone in the chat, for talking, being passionate about acquisitions, because you know what? It is, for whatever it is, you're going to get games, you're going to be respected, and now, in a way, you're feared by the same people that wanted you out. And, for me, it's just very, gratifying that I stuck with it. I never flip-flopped. I furiously, debated and had faith in Xbox this whole time. And the whole time I would tell even Xbox themselves, you better get your ass. I told Phil to himself in 2017, I said, this no game stuff, or you better create games or we're out. It's out.
Tim Dog save Xbox.
And no, I didn't save anything. It's just that, we were clear. And, just all of us were clear. We wanted games. We wanted them to be big players. We wanted them, as Zaire said, be the behemoth that they can be.
Right.
And they did it. And you know what? I'm happy as hell. And I'm going to, keep when we talk about Xbox, I'm going to hold my head high and laugh, because you know what? We're the ones looking good now. And the guys that hated on Xbox for the longest time, they're looking kind of spooky right now.
Absolutely, it looks sad.
They're pissed. So just shout out to everyone here. I'm just very happy. I just feel like really like I don't even have to do what I've done in the past, because now there's so many people that kind of feel the way it was. There was a time where it was just me, you, Dirt, and maybe a couple of guys. There wasn't a lot of people at one time backing Xbox, and I'm just happy that for the people that did, it's just a good feeling.
Absolutely, Tim. Hey, I remember even before I started my channel, it was BGST. It was a couple guys out there, Kid Smooth. It was a few guys, but to see what all the Xbox people in this community that's supporting Xbox. And they're not afraid to talk shit. Like I always say, Sean, it's the new breed of Xbox guys, right? And they 100%. Are not afraid to talk shit, and they will go after these PlayStation guys. Sean, you're one of them, you POS. But yeah, let me get a couple of these two super chats before we continue. God the blessed one with the $5. Chiefs winning, Xbox winning. What more can I say? We grinning. Fanboys mad, we got it good. I wish a pony would. In my 80s rap voice. Good shit. Hey, actually, let me do that in the 80s rap voice. Chiefs winning, Xbox winning. What more can I say? We grinning. Fanboys mad, we got it good. I wish. Oh, shit, I messed it up. Sorry. But thanks, bro. I appreciate you, man. Jordan Mace with the $5. Microsoft, honestly, got some sleeper IPs in this deal. I think if done correctly, Prototype could be the game going up against Spiderman, in my opinion, of course. Yeah, they got some pretty damn good IPs in this deal. You're actually right about that.
So much IPs, like what's Tim talking about? I remember like when this news went down last week there, Tim will notice we were talking, Tim, we were talking around about mid-December late December, and you were saying something is happening, Sean. He goes, for some reason, Microsoft headquarters right now, normally they take a time off to be chilling out, but for some reason, the big boys are playing. It seems that something is going on.
Yeah.
I'm saying, what do you reckon, Tim? Maybe acquisition? He goes, I'm not sure exactly, but something like when that news came up about they might be buying Discord or something like for 10 billion, it feels something similar to that. Like that's the inkling you got.
Yeah.
And when he found out, like, obviously, they were working over Christmas and that, we heard about a Ubisoft deal coming. We thought that might be it. That might have been it. Some sort of deal might be coming. But fuck Tim. Who would have known this Activision deal with the 70 billion? It's the what blows me away is the fucking money. It's the figure 70 billion. Yeah. And this just proves that when Satya Nadella said that we are all in it for gaming, he meant that shit. He wasn't talking. It wasn't no PR bullshit. Nope. It wasn't all this like a publicist, whatever you call it, a stunt, whatever. He was the legit saying that, listen, we want to be the leaders in gaming. We want to be number one. And this proves it just alone. If the ZeniMax deal wasn't enough for you guys, and he still didn't believe that Microsoft wants to be the number one in gaming, I'm pretty sure this $70 billion.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, 100%. This means it. They want to lead in. They want to be the leaders and number one when it comes to gaming. And what is next, guys? I can't wait for this deal to go through because the IPs, I know we'll get into it, but chat as well. We've got so much to talk about. The IPs are them and the gems and these studios. They can do what they want. They don't need to be support studios anymore, guys. This is what excites me, and it's going to be a hell of a generation, guys. They got a super chat, bro.
Yeah, I'm going to get the super chat. I was waiting for you to shut up. POS. Drawn TJ with the $5. Hi guys, they can bring back Blur, the racing game, and Vigilante 8. I remember Vigilante 8. It's like Twisted Metal. I used to love that shit on the PS1.
Yeah,
I love Vigilante 8. Carl Weeb with the $5. Ponies have to be the most annoyingly whiny and entitled fan base. I'm sick of them. You're not the only one, because that's why I do every damn video about their asses. I'm tired of them. Hey, so you know what? Like before, I wanted to talk about this before we get into the bread and butter. Sean, Tsunami, everybody, let's quickly run down how we found out, right? How we found out. Now you guys might have heard my story on TTS, but I'm going to say it again for those that haven't heard. I was on a conference call at work. I work in the field, so my conference call is in the field. I'm driving on the freeway. And Sean called me. He's 8:30 in the morning. I'm like, what the hell was he calling me this early for? I'm like, what up, Sean? Dut! Did you see Did you see Twitter? I'm like, no, Sean, I'm driving on the freeway, man. I'm one of them guys. I like to be safe. I'm like, Sean, I really can't talk right now. I'm on the fucking freeway, man. He like, Dut. Xbox bought Activision, bro. I'm like, Sean, man, I'm on the freeway. Will you stop playing with me 8:30 in the damn morning, right? No, Dut. I'm serious, Dut. I said, oh, shit. I grabbed my other phone. Now, I'm doing all this shit while driving. So I'm going 70 miles an hour. And I'm looking at I'm like, oh, shit. He's not lying. Activision Blizzard. So I couldn't believe it. So I would love to hear, Tim Dog, your story and the rest of the panel. How did you find out, Tim?
Well, I was actually I had taken the day off. My mom's going through some surgery. Nothing bad. She's going through some dental stuff, so don't worry. But she's actually a surgeon tomorrow. But I was actually off for that because she had to go through a procedure and she doesn't drive in the city and stuff like that. So I was off, and it was like 6:30 in the morning, and I'm in one of the DM chats and I see Blizzard being purchased. And I'm like, and I write to the person, I'm like, no way. And I didn't know it was Activision. I just saw Blizzard. So I put it up. I'm like, I think Activision bought by Xbox, bought Activision. I mean, Blizzard. And I was like, this is going to be pretty crazy. And sure enough, then it became apparent to me that it was actually Call of Duty. And similar to when I had the Bethesda deal, I couldn't, like, I was like, I couldn't believe the money that was being said. And then everyone was saying, no, because like I was on top of this like right away because I saw it. And then people were like, nah, it's not real. And then Phil tweeted about it. and then you were just like, oh my god. So I was like, damn, and I'm like, I gotta take off tomorrow. I said I'm partying tonight.
Right.
And it's been a crazy week. Like I was literally covering the thing on Twitter and then on podcast for about 14 hours straight after that. So been crazy.
Crazy. Hey, Sean, so what? Hold on, get this before I get to you, Sean. Crazy Horse with the $2. So what's up, fellas? Talk that shit. Dirt, check Twitter DM. I will, bro. All right, thanks, man. Hey,
Yeah,
Sean, so what's your story, bro?
Yeah, you checked out while telling my story. So it's for me. You guys in the chat know that I'm in the UK, so 5 hours ahead, maybe 6, 7, depends what West Coast, wherever the fuck it is in America. So I was dropping my daughter off to nursery, me and my wife and that. And this tweet, someone tweeted this out named Tom. He does news about the stock, politics, all this kind of bullshit. And I sent this tweet, and he said that it seems that Microsoft is going to be buying Activision. I sent it in the DMs, and the only person who was responding back then in the morning, it was Devin and R&B. I go, guys, what do you think? What do you think? I'm not sure. I go, this guy's got 400,000 followers. Oh, let me just check his profile to his Twitter page and that, just in case he's just a nobody. When I seen the 400k followers, I'm like, shit, guys, this guy's got a lot of followers, so he must know something. Then the next people are tweeting out, Daniel Ahmed, Nibble, Tom from the UK, Tom guy as well. They start tweeting out. It seems like they're buying them. It seems like they're buying them. Boom. That's when I seen the PhilSpencer tweet. I'm like, oh shit. I go to my wife. We were coming home then. I go to my wife. She was driving. I go, listen, I need to get home right now. I need to go live right now. I don't give a fuck. She goes, calm down. What's wrong with you? I go, I don't give a fuck. Big news is dropped right now. I need to get home right now. I need to get ready for the live show. And you guys know that I was still banned at the time. I couldn't do no live streams on my channel because of the ponies. I go, I need to get home right now. I don't give a shit. You go to work. No kisses, nothing. Get the fuck to work. I'm going to do a live show right now. Straight up. Boom, got a setup ready. And I go to there. I don't give a fuck. I'm taking over your channel. I'm going live right now. Devin, R&B, I go, you fucking up. 20 minutes. Within 20 minutes, I was live. And shout out to the 360 plus people that dropped by in the morning that day. It was just, I couldn't believe it. It was incredible to see that news. And as an Xbox gamer, guys, the games, the amount of games that's going to be coming, especially in Game Pass, is going to be fucking epic, man. Straight up.
Absolutely. Hey, before I go to you, Sue and the rest of the panel, let me get these super chats. Call Weeb with the $5. I remember about 2 weeks ago, Sue said moves like blocking Final Fantasy on Xbox is how moves like buying something like Take-Two would happen. Well, Sue did say that. Hey, shout out to Sue. He did. Hey, Sue, you did say that. I remember that.
Listen, I'm the people's champ.
Yeah, you did say that. Mandingo McDickens with the $5. Dirt, I need that pony walking down the street. I need everyone to pay close attention to the music. My man's is on his way to Kentucky. Porno. Porno. I got you. All right. Let me get rid of your super chat so we can see the full screen. Oh shit.
Have you got it, bro?
I lost it. Can you? Oh, I got it.
Yeah.
That shit
every time. Hey, for some reason, I just peeped that he got a little limp to it. Like he
Was that JimRyan?
No, JimRyan, bro.
Oh shit. Hey, so
you gotta put that up again.
Funny stuff. Hey, so let me get this before you go. Biggie Butters with the $5. PhilSpencer is very Xbox gamers sugar daddy. JimRyan is every Sony pony pimps.
Oh
hey,
shit!
It is what it is, brother.
Definitely,
we'll take it.
Funny shit. So what you hold on,
as I recall, it's such a foggy morning because it all happened so fast. But I was up because I'm a vampire. I was watching TV. I was watching YouTube, and I was having a little sip. And next thing you know, I think I was watching some pony saw videos about like for Tanger Alex or something like that. And the next video up was my boy Brad Sams. I have been featured on his show. If you want to look me up, he does say my name. But he said Xbox buys Bethesda. Like I'm like, I'm like, hold on.
You mean Activision?
I mean, yeah, fuck. That's how I'm so used to saying Bethesda. I have
right.
a mind frame. Xbox buys Activision. Stay tuned. Whatever. And then I'm like, hold on, wait. And I'm watching it, and I'm thinking like he's gonna say a deal. They're coming to Game Pass. A game by them is coming to Xbox, and they said, "Yep, that's the thing." They bought them, and I said, "Hold on." I had to watch the show at least halfway through the video just to make sure that I'm not going to jump the gun and say some wild shit on Twitter and look stupid. And so I listened to it. I said, okay, I got to go to Twitter because the last time we had to check and we had to see, the Xbox say this, did PhilSpencer post something? And sure enough, they both did. I said, oh, shit. And so immediately I go to the DMs and I see y'all that had a whole conversation because I was probably a little late. I don't know how late I was, but I saw a whole conversation of just y'all talking about it and posts and a whole bunch of crazy stuff. I saw a link to the show that Sean has said. I said, "Oh, they having this show? Oh, it is on."
It was on.
So I hopped in there and I was going bonkers, and like the amount of people that was there just randomly on this morning, and then everybody else is going live, and y'all rock with us. So shout to y'all. But like, yeah, it was crazy because I was like, this can't be real life.
Right,
and I was like, yeah, this is dope. But I'm gonna let y'all go. Go ahead.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. Hey, Devin. So like yours was that Sean had hit you up in the like DM. What was yours?
No, well, I was just waking up, just watching YouTube and whatnot, checking the DM because I heard a message. Sean sent something in, talking about the guy with the 400,000 viewers or whatever, and we literally watched like within 5 minutes span, like everything happened. This guy, then we found a couple other people that were posting, oh, they might buy Activision. They talks about Microsoft doing this with Activision Blizzard, blah blah. And we were like, we don't know if it's real. We don't know if it's real. And then more posts started coming into the DM, like, oh, this might actually happen. And then like 2-3 minutes later, boom, like Xbox made a post, PhilSpencer made a post. So, and then just full on conversation, like 90 comments until Tsunami came in, and we had a show right then and there. Fucking damn near 300 people showed up to our random show. It was awesome, man. Sean basically explained it all. I was right there with him. Me, Sean, and R&B.
Good shit. Now, Joey, you was the one that woke up late because we was like, where the hell is Joey? Joey's missing this. Joey's missing
the fuck up.
Right. So, Joey, so what happened, bro?
So obviously, I did not see the initial blast. I did not see the explosion. Just short, I work late shifts, so I come in home late, right? So I go to sleep around maybe 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. So that's what happened. So I was asleep, and then I woke up for a second. I saw my phone. I had a chat, fine, and then I see a whole bunch of notifications, and I'm seeing Call of Duty, and I'm like, some pony said some dumb shit. So I went right back to bed. I didn't even care. And then when I woke up again and later, like 2 hours later, I had over 90 notifications on Twitter and 53 on WhatsApp. I'm like, what the fuck happened? And I'm worried that somebody actually got, something happened bad. Something bad happened. And then I'm looking at Sean's tweet. I'm looking at everybody like, let's go. PlayStation is dead and all this stuff. I'm like, and I came out of nowhere and just said this. What happened? And then out of nowhere, like at least 15 people at once, like Microsoft bought Activision. I'm like, nah, you're fucking joking. I didn't believe it. It took me a while to actually catch up with every tweet, show, message, everything to actually realize, like, holy shit, they bought fucking Activision Blizzard. Until this day, I'm still assimilating that they bought Activision Blizzard. So yeah, that's basically what happened.
It's crazy, bro.
He didn't believe us. We had to tell him like
I didn't believe it. No, like, shut the fuck up.
Go look at Phil.
Right. Let me get a super chat. Jordan Mace with the $10. We are honestly lucky Microsoft got them because Facebook, Google, Amazon, etc. was what Microsoft was competing against. They weren't even thinking about Sony because they knew they couldn't buy them. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Because because we heard today with that, like Sony's what in 1.6 trillion in debt or some shit like that. Game trailers is with the $2. What up, Sue, Tim, and Dirt? Great podcast. Thank you for watching. Thanks for the support, man. I appreciate that.
Game heroes.
So like we mentioned how Xbox has a lot of potential with these IPs from Activision Blizzard, and we went to like Tony Hawk, like will they bring Guitar Hero back? There's so much potential with this acquisition, man. And Tim, let me ask you, bro. We obviously don't know about the exclusive stuff. I don't even want to talk about that. I'm really not looking forward to that for the next year. But in your opinion, Activision Blizzard, what does that mean for Xbox and Xbox Game Pass? Now we heard Phil say most likely they will let teams do what they kind of want to do.
Yeah,
I'm sure there's going to be maybe a couple of the teams still focused on Warzone and like regular Call of Duties. But how great is that when you're going to see teams like High Moon Studios, Raven, Toys for Bob do their own game? How great is that going to be for the content?
You see a lot of people saying this is bad for gaming. The people who you would expect say that. But if you really look at it in a fair perspective, you can, and just think about it. Already they're talking about Call of Duty getting a break and maybe not following the yearly grind of having a Call of Duty. And the reason why they're talking about that is because, again, they know Microsoft has the money. They know Microsoft can wait. They know they don't have to hit these deadlines. Then you see them talking about like what Kotick said about Guitar Hero. Now, listen, I'm not a Guitar Hero guy, but I'm not stupid enough to know that that was one of the biggest games last generation. Even into the new generation, it was 100%. Just absolutely huge.
Right.
And he said it himself that they didn't want to go with the hardware costs, but Xbox is willing to, or they could take on the hardware, R&D of all of it, like the guitar, the drums, whatever the thing is. So right there, you have an IP that wasn't going to be made, now going to be made. Now you talk about like toys for the other studios they have. Now you have a potential for Banjo, Crash. You have a potential for all these games to all be made. Right, and they all, you have so much of this that's now potentially going to happen that wasn't going to happen under, Activision that had to meet a specific, profit deadline or whatever. They had to hit a certain amount of money, and it was driven by that. This is now driven by IP, creativity, and giving the devs and the teams more time and more flexibility, and like in this case of Guitar Hero, they can take that risk of saying, hey, let's get our R&D team, let's get like people like David Preen at the time he was at Hardware, or somebody in the Xbox Hardware, and let's get an Xbox guitar. You know how big a Guitar Hero 2 would be for Game Pass?
Massive, probably massive.
Massive. And now we're not
people would jump in and play it. Yeah, the amount of people who can just jump in. I know we'll talk about the Game Pass numbers, but just the amount of people we know guitar. Like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of that. But we understand what it means, how big of it's like Call of Duty. I don't play Call of Duty games, but I understand what it does. And that's why everybody's crying on Twitter about Call of Duty media sites, big podcasts, and that's what they're talking about. But Guitar Hero or other games dip into the older IPs. We talk about True Crimes, New York, Crash Bandicoot, Spider Dragons.
True Crimes?
That was True Crime, yeah. That was
Activision. They got True Crimes?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Oh my god, I love that game. That game, I thought had so much potential.
I didn't even realize that shit.
That game was amazing. Both of them was amazing.
That's what
Remember
I'm
that
trying to
game
say.
was like I remember that game was 720p and like back in the day when we like needed or so, it had some type of resolution. I remember playing on it. I thought it was great. But yeah,
Right.
great point, Sean. You're right. Like this. Listen, this is just going to open the door for so many possibilities that I honestly don't think that you would have had if they were just running themselves. They're strictly bottom line about making a profit. Now, you have it where they can maybe take a little more time, or they can say, "Hey, let's make a Guitar Hero 2." We'll get it. And Xbox wants to build that subscription, and to me, listen, you get away from Call of Duty because I honestly feel like the courts are going to make that exclusive. That's for another discussion another time. But you talk about every other exclusive that they have of exclusive. Guitar Hero 2, in my opinion, would absolutely it would blow up the subscriber count. It would be a big deal, and that's what they want to do. And I think that's great that Phil, his comments on it were great. He talked about the older IP, and even some real old stuff. I mean, Pitfall was the game that I started with.
Pitfall, right?
As a 2600 guy, I mean, it was
You're
the
right.
first console game I played. So this stuff is actually very good for gaming, and I think that that has to be made clear by a lot of people like us and people in the community and people who do the things, because you have a segment of people that are really trying to say that this is bad because, quite frankly, they're fanboys and they don't want Xbox to have good things.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Let me get these couple of super chats before we continue. Justin March with the $5. He just sent the super sticker. Thanks, Justin. I appreciate that. Balling harder. What's happening, bro? With the $5. Phil Big Spender CEO campaign slogan is "Make Activision Great Again," so he can build back better Blizzard program. Absolutely, man.
Absolutely.
100%, bro. We know what's going on. Yeah, 100%. We understand what's going on that side of the business and that. And over time, we know what's going to happen. End result, Bobby will be out of there. They need to clean up house. And hopefully over time, these type of things take time, on that side. So hopefully in the next 18 months to 2 years, they can sort that out, clean up house, and make it a better place for these workers to work. But getting back to the studios, like what Tim and all us guys talking about, it's just going to be incredible. Just imagine you were a developer. You spent you've been in college, you've been university, you want to become a developer, and then you end up being a support studio for Call of Duty. Just making Call of Duty games every year, non-stop. You made like Toys for Bob. We love Crash Bandicoot. Crash Bandicoot 4 is a great game. Imagine they got a lot of talent, and when it comes to platformers, they can do something with if it's the Banjo-Kazooie IP or future IPs, anything else. But them guys became a support studio. Them guys must be disappointed, but we heard rumblings about some of these developers on these certain studios are excited. We've been hearing that Phil goes, I would love to dip back into all IPs again. Let these studios create whatever they want to make, let them do it. And I think it excites a lot of these studios. Instead of being support studios, it's going to excite these guys to make new games. And hopefully in the future, it'll make these guys want to create games and feel better, put their own passion in, it's their own ideas. This is what they wanted to create, and this is the product they wanted to produce. And all of these games that's going to come out in the future, all coming in Game Pass day one, baby. And that's what you need. You need great content. If you believe in Game Pass, you gotta have great content, exclusive content. And this is why they were buying ZeniMax, buying these studios, and buying Activision, because you need your own content, and that's how you pull in the people, bro.
Absolutely. And the thing is, man, Sean, you made great points about all of those other teams that was forced to work on COD. I believe it was Jeff Grubb said this. He's like, yo, COD was their biggest moneymaker as far as console games go, of course. So they took all of those other studios and made them support studios. Toys for Bob should have not been working on Call of Duty. They made that amazing platform of Crash 4. They should have had them doing something like that. But because Call of Duty was their bread and butter, they were just a support team. Now, actually, I just booted up Modern Warfare because I'm a bot, right? So I reinstalled all those games that I forgot. Shit is like 150 gigs. But I booted it up. Modern Warfare from 2019, amazing game. The first thing you see is the logos of B-Nox. Is it B-Nox? High Moon Studios and Raven. They show all of the support studios. That's the first logos they show on that game. And I say, wow. There's some talent there, man. So hopefully, like you guys said, they give them carte blanche to do what they want to do. Give Call of Duty breaks, 2 to 3 year breaks every iteration of Call of Duty. And I think that's going to be amazing because you think about it, Xbox is going to have so much content every year. They're not going to have room for a Call of Duty every year. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to have room for a COD every year. There's going to be so much content in there. So I don't know what else to say, man.
5,000 developers. That's all you need to say. You can allocate them a lot of ways if you don't have to stick to a strict guideline. Let's say in 2 years, Halo the Endless is coming and it's hitting November. You not necessarily now need to. You can have that just sitting there in November and say, you know what? We could take COD. We can either take a year off or we could, take 3 months off. But you were talking about it's great points. They were allocating other studios to be support studios. That's not going to happen under Xbox, right? Because Xbox is either going to get more people or they're just going to be like, you know what, we can wait. The thing is that they're working with a timeline that, with the amount of games that they have coming, they can do whatever they want, and this is great for things like Everwild, which honestly I think is struggling to have an identity, but they do have a great concept that could possibly work really well. But they need time. They need time. Same thing for State of Decay, even though I don't know necessarily if it's true. People said that they're in development hell. I don't know if that's true or not. No. But again, you could have more time to do this stuff. But you're talking about 5,000 developers. Talk about overall about 8,500 developers through Xbox Game Studios, Bethesda, and Activision. Yeah, they're a big dog. And you know what? It's a great thing to see. And as gamers, we're paying $15 a month, and we're getting $300 worth of games a year. Think about it.
That's crazy. Let me get the super chat. If I go to the rest of the panel, Digital Swords with the $5. The Xbox Game Showcase will be 3 hours now. Shout out to you, the crew, and Tim Dog being the voices for the.
I would not doubt that.
Digital Swords, thank you for the support over the years, man. I appreciate that.
Director's cut.
No, but that will. Hey, listen, I know it's only January, but E3 go be. I mean, I know the Activision Blizzard deal is not going to be over with yet, but just knowing the possibilities is just absolutely incredible. So, anybody from the rest of the panel, you have thoughts about the potential of the IP?
I just want to say, Treyarch making a cameo game, that would be amazing. I was thinking about that. Like they created zombies.
Yeah, I don't know. Hold on, you said cameo?
Cameo.
Yep. Why would Treyarch make cameo?
No.
Why wouldn't they?
Like their thing. They like first person shooters.
Okay, Sledgehammer.
Hell no.
Hey, let them dream, man. Let them be. Let them be.
I'm sorry.
Hey, it could be any of them. Any random.
I think they'll probably do something.
So you got something to say? You got something?
If they're not making Call of Duty, what are they going to make?
Yeah, I would just scrap Everwild, to be honest, and do Cameo, because Cameo is another amazing IP that they have that they kind of underutilize. Like, listen, bro, get this freaking big whatever this. What's the team's name? The Toys for Bob. Get them on Banjo ASAP.
Right.
Like, Xbox iconic studios and make them. There's no excuse now.
Right, I agree.
So you got something to say, because I really got something to say.
I was just gonna say, do you think it's possible that we could get a remaster or a remake of the old Spiderman games? I'm just saying.
Hell no.
I was about to go there. I was gonna go there, but I'm gonna go there. So
no, I'm pretty sure that's not possible.
Why not?
Bro, that ain't possible.
They don't own the IP.
Nah, bro. You still got to get permission, and I believe Sony's and Marvel's relationship is not allowing Spider-Man on any other platform.
Bro, they literally
character
have
or
3
the
other
game?
games with Spider-Man in it this past generation.
Okay, bro. Okay.
Go ahead.
You're
Go ahead. Yeah.
The fuck are you talking about?
I'm talking about Ultimate Alliance. I'm talking about
hold on,
Marvel's
hold on.
Avengers.
I'm gonna.
No.
Okay. So here,
Get the super chat, Joey. Call Weed with the $5. Can we get the panel's opinion on how Sony should adapt and respond?
Can
I have a good opinion on that one, but
let me answer that. You motherfucker ponies, you know what to do. Hit that motherfucker dislike button and get the fuck out of here, you soft motherfuckers. And to adapt, you know what to do. Before you hit them motherfucker street corners, make sure you bleach your motherfucking ass, then twerk your ass, and put your stinky bleach fingers out and sell your sustainable ass for that PS4 Slim model this holiday, you piece of shit. Adopt that, motherfucker.
Hey, Bay Area with the $5. What up, panel? And shout out to the OG Tim Dog. These soft mother effing ponies are so butthurt about Xbox getting Activision that they're tweeting Joe Biden. Did they tweet? Hold on. Did they tweet Joe Biden?
Yes, they did. That's a real tweet.
Are you kidding me? They tweeted
No,
Joe
not.
Biden, bro.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
And the tweet literally says, Joe Biden, help.
What?
That's not a joke. That's not a joke.
Oh,
That
my
happened.
God. The Angry Therapist MD with the $10. Xbox saved Activision. There was a sinking ship. Plus, why no one is talking about the change Microsoft is going to bring them? Guess those people really don't care about the devs. They, like we were just talking about the thing, what the devs are able to do. I guarantee the morale goes up for those studios, man. Because like you said, Tim, they were forced to do, stuff that they probably wasn't comfortable with. After playing Crash 4, you can see that Toys for Bob is very talented when it comes to platformers. And for them to work on a COD, I'm sure they was like, what the hell? But hey, man, people need job security, so they did what they had to do.
Yeah, 100%. Like, Joey, before you go, like, I know, like, all of us know in the chat as well, like, this is not only the console space. They've got a mobile division as well, guys. King.
Oh, my
King.
God.
Now, mobile divisions like been in top 3, has been killing it year in, year out. This was a big play. That's why this was so expensive. Games like Candy Crush Dirt, you talked about your mother-in-law getting the Google credits so she can spend her fucking money on that game.
Yeah, bro, she's 70 years old.
Game,
bro.
she's 70 years old, and that game has got the casuals on the phone for fun. The amount of money, how much money does it make every what?
Makes more than Call of Duty. $365 billion last quarter.
That's just a quarter. That's just a quarter. Goodness.
Yeah.
Crazy, bro. That's why it's so expensive. This was we like to talk about the console space, and it's just going to be incredible. Them 8 to 10 mega studios. Woo! Can't wait. Go on, Joey.
That's $1 trillion.
I said this on
100
TT. I said this on TTS. It was somebody in one of the spaces, like one of those bigger, not publishers, but outlets, and they were talking about King. They said, Candy Crush just fell off. Nobody plays Candy Crush anymore. Besides a couple grandmas. So it's not even that big of a deal to me. What?
Right.
When I saw how much they made in one quarter, and I saw that it made more than COD, I said, you just said one of the most ignorant things about the topic. Candy Crush? Stop it. That's the reason why Zynga got bought for so much, because they see how much these mobile games with all these microtransactions make. So low key, that might have been more of a play to Microsoft than people think. They think it's about COD, but it might have been mobile.
There you go. Hey, Joy, before you go, let me get this super chat.
Go ahead.
I pity PlayStation peasants with the $3. With all these IPs, imagine a Xbox game universe. It's not IPs, man. It's just crazy.
Talking about the metaverse?
Yeah, like the metaverse.
Have you seen that picture of all the Xbox characters? And I think it was a racing game or a fighting game. That shit was dope, man. Imagine that in the future, guys.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it looked like the Avengers when they was about to fight Thanos.
Yeah,
some shit like that.
All right, Joey, go ahead, bro. How we going?
Okay. The example I used on TTS was that they found a mountain full of gold, and everybody's fighting down to get that gold. and they got the gold, which was fucking Call of Duty. But Microsoft wasn't behind or looking for that gold. He was looking for the oil that was underneath that mountain. That mountain underneath had oil, and which is, to me, the BattleNet and King. The BattleNet is the first official good storefront on PC for Microsoft, and they get them at the end. King is the access to mobile gaming. And if you look at, they made fun of Phil for telling everybody that he wants to reach that 2 billion mark player, 2 billion
Very
players,
good
2 billion
point.
players.
Gamers.
And then what happened? If you're looking at the amount of downloads that Candy Crush and his other games have, it had 1.3, if I'm not mistaken, 1.3 billion downloads. So
Damn.
Microsoft, just like that, on a snap of the fingers, got 1 billion players. But that doesn't excite me the most. Everybody's looking to the future, which I'm very excited. I'm not gonna lie. The future is bright. You have studios like Toys for Bob doing COD that we want them to go back to what they're good at, that what they're passionate about, which are platformers. We could get the games like revivals like Guitar Hero or Prototype that people are asking for. But I'm still thinking more than that. I'm remembering Activision Blizzard owns Sierra, old PC MS-DOS games that could go to Game Pass. And we're talking about all the Activision Spiderman games could be backwards compatibility. The amount of games that could go back to backwards compatibility to people who have never played these games, and Microsoft out of nowhere is turning into the guardians of history in gaming with preservation of gaming, because Sony does not have backwards compatibility like Microsoft has. We cannot depend on Nintendo. PC and Microsoft are the only ones actually protecting these games, and finally these games can go and be offered to everybody. To me, that's precious, dude. Microsoft may own. I mean, a lot of people don't know what I'm talking about, but Leisure Suit Larry,
Very good.
games that we were not allowed to play when we were kids, and we did anyway.
I remember Leisure Suit.
I love Leisure Suit Larry. I just don't think it's today's day. But you really make a lot of good points. I have to say that what you just outlined and that Phil comment overall, I really believe is why they're going to get the case or get this passed through Congress or through DOJ, because Phil has always made it clear that was his plan. So it's not like they're just always just coming in here, with just recklessly. And you talked about the stuff that many people aren't talking about. Everyone's just talking about one thing. Well, what's that? COD exclusivity.
God.
Exactly. There's so much more to this than this. And like you said, the oil beneath the mountain. I just felt that you just really nailed it there, and outlined why this is such a big deal, why it's such big money. Problem is that when you have this big money, you definitely get people talking about it. You get a lot of people. You have people,
of course,
crying,
and that's expected.
But
I'm not gonna lie, Tim Dog. If they need to check this, they need to check this in the legal way. But
right.
But as I've seen so many people talk about it, smart people, way smarter than me. I'm stupid as fuck. All right, and I've seen Hoglog talk about it, and even people on TV on parts. I don't see a problem with this not going through. I put a image on the DM right now.
Oh yeah, I'll show you. Hold on,
you should show it right now.
Yeah,
they're talking about monopoly this, monopoly that it's gonna kill all these words: malign, force, corrosive, brute force, monopoly practices, all these things. And I'm like, that's fine. You can say all those things, but I don't think it's, dude. What do you guys prefer? Like this game's Activision going, because Activision was already stagnant. We were getting Call of Duty anyway, right? This is the first time after, I don't remember how many years, that somebody said, all right, enough, reset button. And this is Microsoft saying, all right, we have all the studios in there. Look at that. Look at the image right there. This is Microsoft.
Embracer got so much, bro. Look at that.
This is Microsoft with the studios acquired if it goes through, right? And that's not even as big as fucking Take-Two.
Right. Yeah.
So
I mean, like you said though, the reason why if the people are worried about Microsoft is because you like look at the Embracer Group, this is a great infographic. Mostly small studios. What the people
but
will
they're
say,
still they but small studios were huge in assets at the same time.
I agree. But I listen. I'm saying what the people who are
Yes,
against
I understand.
they're saying that the quality of the most high, the Xbox has the quality of the most lucrative IPs, which
Exactly.
lucrative. They
That's
say
what
there's
it is,
too many in one case, but I just don't think that you can listen. You
No.
show Sony. Is it really going to hurt Sony? It'll bang them a little.
That's the part I wanted to get. That's exactly the point I wanted to get. I've heard like this is forcing people to go to a subscription model. This is forcing Sony to do something they don't want them to do, like buying big studios and losing the quality. To me, like I said like a moments ago, this is a big reset to the whole business of gaming. Right now, if this wouldn't happen, ponies, just think big. Forget about COD for a second. Just think about this is making Sony to rethink their strategy, and maybe down the line, Sony saying right now, okay, we're not going to get COD maybe in the next few years. What can we do? You guys can probably get back SOCOM. You guys could get Resistance back. You guys could get a whole bunch of IPs that are dormant in your side. And creativity will reflow just to fight back against whatever Microsoft is doing. You guys are thinking that everything is bad, but with this, because this is a big shake on the industry, it's making everybody rethink their strategy. Nintendo is weird in its way. It is in this bubble, but Nintendo is weird. But it's great what it's right now because he had to rethink his strategy. He was never going to fight against Microsoft and Sony with big tech. That was not going to happen. So what they do? What did they did? They did the Wii. They did an experience that sold better than any of those consoles that generation. Then they got weird again and it failed, but it made them rethink with the resources they had. So now they made the Switch, which is in a little pocket bubble in a dimension that nobody knows why it makes money, but it does.
So let me ask you a question, or go on, make your point, and then I want to ask you a follow-up question.
This I don't see it as a bad. I'm seeing that the games that we lost are going into Game Pass. Hopefully, we're getting those games protected via backwards compatibility, and everybody say Microsoft is protecting those games for everybody to play them. And on the Sony side, you might be losing some IPs, but you're getting people to rethink at Sony and to make IPs that were dormant or even new IPs just to fight against Microsoft. And that's the part you guys are not looking at. I'm not talking about here in the panel. I'm talking about the ponies. You guys got to rethink that this is a good thing overall. And what did you guys fucking prefer? Tencent Embracer Group or somebody who actually understands what's going on in the world? And with the rumors right now with Apple apparently making a console, you really want Apple inside this business? Do you guys really think that? So that's my point. That's
point. It's a great point.
I'm sorry.
No, I love your passion. I love everything you just said.
Take a sip of water, Joey.
And it makes me want to ask this question, and I firmly believe it. I know my answer for myself, and I could say that on my. I don't want to say anything sacred, but I'm going to tell you the truth. I'll be completely honest. You think anybody here on this panel would be crying monopoly if Sony bought Activision?
No.
Would we be crying? Would we be crying? No. We'd be like, Xbox, get your ass together.
Absolutely.
You gotta buy something else. You know what I mean? So we wouldn't be tweeting Joe Biden, and you know what? We would be completely clowned by J-Dubs and his crew if they were pulling off this shit.
Hey, Tim.
Absolutely a complete joke. I can speak for myself. It's absolutely a big news. And at the end of the day, you still have analysts saying Xbox is getting outsold 2-1.
Right.
100%,
oh yeah, I just saw that.
I'm gonna get these super chats, but let me say this right quick. Tim, you're absolutely right, because what did Xbox fans say when PlayStation showed off Spiderman 2 and Wolverine? We didn't say this is unfair. We said, Xbox, you guys need a superhero game. That's what we said.
Yes.
Right? That's exactly what we said. So Tim, you're exactly right.
We didn't fight Joe Bryan.
Right, we didn't cry about it. This is unfair. Sony has a monopoly. No, we said Xbox, y'all need to call DC. Y'all need to do something. And let me get the super chats right quick because they've been sitting there for a minute. Jordan Mace with the $5. Pony's lucky Phil is a nice guy for allowing Kai to stay. Honestly, he is a true gamer, unlike Lil Jim. They took KOTOR, but Xbox strike back. LOL.
And I'm gonna be honest, as a fan, you know what? Keep fucking COD. It's small. Think about it.
Keep
To me, COD is keep.
They won't
keep Warzone.
COD, though.
Hey, finally, Echo X with the $30. Thank you, bro, for the support. I appreciate you, man. I would like to see a Marvel Ultimate Alliance 4. 3 was exclusive to the Nintendo Switch, or X-Men Legend game by Raven Software with a partnership with Disney. Xbox for the win. TTS, y'all.
People,
Thank you, Silent Echo.
People, I want you guys to remember something. We were crying about Spider-Man because I was one of them upset that it had Spider-Man. But remember this. Moon Studios will in the future will be an Xbox studio, and they have that fucking pool.
Well, they made the game, Deadpool.
They have a relationship there already. Yeah. There's already they can have
the same.
Let me fucking dream. God damn it!
It's
I'm not about to argue about this shit again with you, Sue. I listened to our show the other day. I'm about to argue this shit again. John Mark Louise with the $2. Gaz and Hogue Law Crust Colin on Iron Lords. Yeah, I heard it.
He took him to school. I got it to say.
Let me tell you something. I heard that. I shout out to Iron Lords. Love you guys. Those motherfuckers did a 6-hour podcast.
Yes.
If I was 6 hours podcast, there'd be somebody dead.
Yeah. They had a bunch of people going in and out.
Honestly, I don't even think a funeral is that long, to be honest.
Yeah, it was 6 hours. Hey, the angry therapist.
Shout out.
It was actually 6 hours and a half. Now that I think about it.
I was watching the Kings, and I'm watching.
What I did.
Yeah, but it was a great show.
I listened to it at twice speed, so I got through most of it.
Oh, did
you know what? I didn't think about that.
It was a great show though. Like from the parts I heard. Shout out to what was his name? King Supreme. That was the name.
King David.
No. It's a guy that shouted me and Sean out. Said, "Yo, we y'all get Dirt to shine on Iron Lord." So I'm supposed to be on there sometime in March. So.
They're great. They're great.
Yeah, they're doing well. The Angry Therapist MD with the $5. Sony spent all of their money on timed exclusives. They did spend a lot of money on timed exclusives this generation, bro. They absolutely did. Laura Starkiller XSX member for 5 months. He said, "Yo, Tim Dog, great to have you on WBG." Then he put the emoji "talk that shit." Absolutely. Raiden Blade member for 8 months. He said, with the acquisition of Activision Blizzard, Xbox is about to 400 million subscribers. Is that Activision Blizzard in their network? Activision Blizzard King, in their network. So all Xbox needs is WBIO, Sobo, PD Project Red, and maybe
at that point, for real, I think
fellas, let's calm down. Xbox, the Activision Blizzard acquisition is even finalized.
Ain't nothing happening for the next. Listen, I know for a fact that I'm gonna let you take that super chat, but it's super tight right now. If you are DMing Aaron or Phil or anybody, even your Barrett, do not ask him about this. I cannot talk about it. It's all legal.
You go to the super chat. I got a question to add to 10, by the way.
Lord Starkiller with the $10. Great to have XCloud Tim Dog on and Dealer Gaming on WBG. Yeah, I did see Dealer in the chat for a second. What's up, Dealer? I don't know if he's still in there, but if he is, what's up?
Shout out to
Can
him.
You please show the live pony walk? Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
You want to see that pony again? Let's watch.
That's them getting their Spiderman.
Yeah, it's unsettling.
Hey, Tim,
yes, I know. I want to ask him a question. I know, like, I can imagine right now, Phil is the most busy guy in the world right now.
Yeah, he's
all this paperwork and all this media press, and it's crazy right now. I want to know if you actually talked to him and did he ever say something? Because I know you have a great relationship.
Yeah, we told that. Listen, Phil's great, and I consider him. We're definitely cool. We're friends. Like I play Xbox, and that's why I had an inclination that something went up, and No, I kept it. I didn't tweet about it. I talked about DMs, but we were about to play a game, and he's like, "Oh, this is December 22nd." He's like, "I got an impromptu meeting," and this is at like 8 o'clock their time. And I remember the last time this had happened was with Discord, so I'm like thinking to myself, "Oh, something's going on here." There's definitely something going on. And sure enough, we didn't know. I told Sean, I think we were talking about it, and we had no idea. We thought it was, what did we think it was? I don't know. We thought it was something else, maybe,
Yeah.
But yeah, I talked to Phil, and the last time I talked to him was the day of the acquisition. We talked, and basically I says, well, you got a bunch of media rounds. And yeah, I think he's kind of right now, he's on kind of he's went a little what do they call it? Going dark
Going dark.
because honestly, listen, that tweet, when I saw that tweet, I knew what that tweet was all about.
Press PR.
Yeah, and I honestly feel like there's a little bit of a stressful time for them. Phil and his team and everyone at Xbox usually gets December to like take the whole month off and recharge, go to Hawaii, wherever he goes. And they didn't have that this year because they were solid banging down this deal. And then you have this deal, announced, and then you have the whole world tweeting at you, and then you have legal stuff tweeting at you, and then you have to go make rounds, and you got to deal with everything, and you got to be real super cautious not to say, people. There are people who say, "Hey, Phil, you think the deal's going to go through?" He cannot answer that question, so I think there's a lot of pressure on him, and I'm kind of just going to give him time, because they want this deal done. They put it for April of 2023 for a reason, because they knew it was going to be a dogfight. But the whole thing with the COD and the exclusivity, I think that was to push this forward. They have a tough fight there, and it's not because of really the subjects on hand. I hate to say it, it's about big personality. It's about big Washington, and it's about them making a statement on big tech and trying to define metaverse, where metaverse is undefinable in my opinion right now. So it's a moot point in any of this discussion.
Yeah, I agree. Like, that's certain. Sometimes you gotta do it because this deal could take up to 18 months. I personally think this deal can get done by next March, in my opinion. If everything goes smooth, maybe quicker, who knows? But you have to put it out there because everybody was talking about it. Even the news, like this, once again, the news was talking about it. Call of Duty, the biggest game that comes out every holiday, is Xbox exclusive. Is it going to remain Xbox exclusive, or remain multi-platform, or become an Xbox exclusive? And that's what they've been talking about. It's crazy.
Look how bad it was with Bethesda, and
this
is gonna be insane. And now that you say that, Tim, thank you. I want to everybody on the chat, like for real. I'm happy with Activision Blizzard. Be happy with what we have right now. All right. We already have a bunch of eyes in Washington looking at Microsoft. Don't be greedy. Okay.
Yeah. Y'all, we're being a little like. Let's be patient. We're being a little greedy now. Let's not worry about the next acquisition.
Enjoy the salt for now. Yeah. Just enjoy the salt and
let's enjoy, like you said, let's enjoy the pony salt, and let's enjoy seeing what these studios that they have already acquired is coming up with. Let's not worry about new acquisitions. This one isn't even final yet. So, hey, Lord Starkiller. I'm sorry, Tim, what you say?
No, just like you could draw. Listen, if they went out and they bought even if they bought an IO Interactive, then you kind of double down in your point. You just at this point you want, if you're Xbox, you just want to get the deal done, and then you could breathe a big sigh of relief, because then you can pretty much do what you want. You know what I mean? That's when you could start building, and you don't have to worry about something being taken away, because this is taken away, guys. it'll be a big letdown. Let's be honest.
Right,
100%.
absolutely. A huge letdown, and ponies will be celebrating. Lord Star Killer with the $10. Time for WBG to come on RDX Podcast.
Oh yeah, definitely. We'll make
I'll
it happen
definitely
one
be
of
down
these
with
days.
that.
Yeah, that'd be fire.
I was on it one time. Taylor
Definitely.
invited me on, and they was talking about tech that day, so I couldn't say shit. I was like, I didn't know nothing what they was talking about. But yeah, but that'd be dope if that ever happened.
And shout
Carl
out
Weed,
to the 355. We have 355 on the chat. Shout out to you,
bro. We
guys.
got up to 380.
Hit the like button.
We got up to 380 at one point.
It's a celebration day.
The celebration. Carl Weed with the $5. American politics are laughable. We have a bunch of 80-year-old passing laws around tech and industries they don't remotely understand.
100%.
Absolutely, bro.
And then you have metaverse, and listen, we go around. If we went to a room, all right, we had everyone on this panel. You had Phantom in one room with somebody, Sean in another room with somebody, Dirt in another room, and so on. Our definitions of metaverse would all be different. Somebody probably would say, I have no idea what the fuck metaverse is. That's why I believe that Satya, in his statement, I think he did it for shareholders. He shouldn't have said anything about metaverse, because that's being brought up with this whole case, and they're trying to figure it out. And really, metaverse is you have a kind of it's tight, a short, not a broad understanding of it, but it could be so many things, and I don't know, you just can't put Xbox in any kind of, or anybody. The tech has to be defined and it has to be understood. And you're right, Washington's a shit show, and all the people here, you could take a person here, we could help all the lawyers probably in understanding what really goes on. They have to do a lot of studying on this stuff and understand how it works, who's affected, what goes on from a variety of positions. And when you have that and you have a lack of understanding, what worries me is that you might get caught up and they say, oh well, this is unfair, and right there you're in trouble with the deal getting passed.
All right. Let me get this. Brutal Enigma with the $5. An eye for an eye, exclusive for exclusive. If Sony really wants Call of Duty so much with that $250 million revenue, they need to give up Spiderman. I don't know if they gonna do that. Yeah, but hey, man, that's crazy, man. It's a crazy time in gaming, because I wanted to talk about some things that's going on in the community, right? We have PlayStation fanboys mad about a profile picture. They're mad
What
about
profile picture?
Profile picture.
What profile picture?
I don't know, Joey. Why don't you show me the profile picture? They're mad about it. This profile picture.
Oh, that?
Yeah.
It's harmless.
Aaron Greenberg's profile picture. Now, I don't know if you guys have seen that. Not everybody that listens to us on YouTube is not on Twitter. So let us explain what's going on. Aaron Greenberg made his profile picture with himself and Crash Bandicoot. PlayStation fanboys lost it. They lost it. Jordan Mace, a member for 3 months, excited for the future of Xbox, but I want to hear the panel's thoughts on Spartacus and how or if Sony can pull it off. Also, Sony stock fell 20 billion. Yeah, it definitely fell. I'm not sure if they can pull it off. I mean, they're not going to have the content Xbox will have in theirs.
Wow.
I could bet your ass that day and date is on the table now.
Maybe.
I think
maybe
that's
not.
always been on the table. It's just it's a time. They're taking the time on this, bro. First was the PC thing. Look what's happening right now. They got the Nexus doing the work right now. Day by day, they can see the businessman. I think God of War number one on Steam right now, this week or last week.
Yeah.
Money to be made, bro. Imagine a day and date. Loads of PC players out there will buy a day and date, man. So it's coming sooner than other. And the moves have been made by these juggernauts, not only Microsoft, by so many other companies right now. Sony has to go that way. So they're preparing themselves right now. And Spartacus, they might have to do a day and day drop. I'm not talking about God of War. They might start with something small. then slowly work their way up straight up. Just like what it did with Destruction All Stars. Put it in PS Plus right now.
Yeah, and they try to and they build up the subscribers. And
Build
by the
up
time they
that,
put their
and
big
that's what they're
games in
gonna
there.
do. Yeah,
you
that's what they're
ponies
gonna
always
do, bro.
wanted you ponies always stated that you wanted competition. On this time,
And you want to own your
Game Pass.
games.
Yeah, so this time Game Pass needs competition. So actually Microsoft needs Sony to step it up.
But getting
Tighten
back
up,
to this,
tighten up,
again-
motherfucker.
yeah, getting back to this profile pic. Shout out to Aaron Greenberg though. He's one of the real ones straight up, and Tim knows him better than obviously I've already met Aaron once. I sit and talk to him, but genuine person straight up. The way he communicates with the people in the crowd, sits next to him, talks to him. It gives you time straight up. Not one of them. One of them guys.
He's a real
that,
person.
He's a real person straight up. He gives you the time. He'll talk to you properly, not just like handshake, piss off, do one. Talks to the people properly. One of the real ones. He did a profile pic next to Crash Bandicoot, and the reason why these guys are mad, we know when you take a Crash, guys, what do we think of? PlayStation. That's what it is, bro. And this is under our banner. If the deal goes through, Crash Bandicoot, even Spyro's, but Crash Bandicoot will become exclusive to the platform then. And that's what these guys are mad. 20 plus years, guys, Crash has been around, and it's become an Xbox. Who would have thought that? Like, who would have thought that Crash would become part of Xbox 20 years later, guys? And that who made you're dead. Who made Crash? Who was the first one to make Crash, bro?
Naughty Dog.
Oh shit! And who is Naughty Dog? Who do they belong to?
Sony.
Oh shit! And that's why they're mad because they can't take it because Aaron Greenberg
Sean.
like talking that shit. Go on, bro.
Sean, what year did Activision acquire Crash Bandicoot?
Do you know what? I'm not sure what year.
2007, sir.
So they had them that long.
So it's been
Damn,
15
that's
years.
Yeah, I was like, fuck.
The thing is, those guys were upset. They were saying that this isn't fair for, a Xbox
Don't you got a
executive.
screenshot?
Yeah, I got to pull them up. This is not fair for Xbox executive to have,
To partake in the
PlayStation.
You're baiting Sony fans.
Yeah.
And
Hold on,
all this
weren't they-
bullshit.
Weren't they
Like-
trying to champion Sunset Overdrive 2 and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah,
There's Sunset
listen,
Overdrive 2. It's not coming to Xbox.
Let me tell you something. I have a little more inside knowledge of this because I'm friends with Ben,
Talk that shit.
and I know for a fact that Ben was coming to me saying, "Hey, what do you think of this? You think Aaron would like it?" And all that stuff. So it's not like Aaron was like had a plan to shove this in anybody's face. Aaron's always been a community member, a friend to the community, and he's always used, whether it's Clobral's art, whether it's Xbox Pope's art, whether it's Ben's art.
I remember that he retweeted, I think he retweeted when they had the Todd Howard Xbox.
Yeah, so he put that on there because A, he thought it looked cool, and B, he's an part of Xbox community. He wasn't thinking, "Oh, I'm gonna, make these Sony fans." But dude, he's not thinking that, and that's what pissed me off. Was like, then you get these guys, these little bitches crying about stuff. They call themselves a man, and you're crying about this little stupid shit.
Sad.
I would, you know what? You could castrate me if I ever try to pull off some kind of bullshit like that with a Sony executive. I would never, ever be that pathetic. And what I saw today, and what I know. They try to hack Ben's account. Ben had to change his password.
Man.
And this is the type of stuff you do because Ben made some fan art and Aaron tried to use it, and then Aaron had to acknowledge it. It's like, bro, you guys got to get your heads checked. I don't care what you say. You're really taking it too far. Wow. And it pissed me off to the fact that, like, I said, you know what? Usually I would be arguing about this all day, pointing at the pathetics. I said, I'm not wasting my day on that. I'll do, I'll maybe talk about it on the podcast or whatever. But yeah, like seriously, let's let's take it a little. Let's have some self dignity here, and don't think that everything is geared to troll you. Because I know the honest intentions. I know how Aaron operates. He just put that up because it looked cool. Crash was doing the X symbol, and he just wanted to put up something on the community like he always does.
He loves to celebrate the community art.
Right.
Exactly. It ended the story. So just leave it alone at that
The
point.
man dressed up in a Ori onesie.
Exactly. And how much shit he took for that? The guy is the ultimate game player. I mean, community guy. He's the ultimate, like, if you run a company, he's the guy that you want. Like, he's not running the Xbox, but you know what? He's all about Xbox from day one, and he's been, from as long as I know him, always been, he's just a good, guy who just loves Xbox, and he loves the community. I mean, I've went and hung out with Aaron, went to dinners with Aaron. He could text me tomorrow if he's in New York, and we could actually go meet. That's like how far he's taken a fan relationship with. It's not even a fan. We're just friends. Like, I could call Aaron if I needed Aaron with his own phone number, or I could tweet him, or I could not DM him. I could just text him because he's given me that trust, but also because over the years we've grown trust. Like, that's how cool he is. Name a Sony executive that would do that type of stuff, or that would interact, or that would cross that line.
No chance, bro. No chance.
No chance. You think Yoshida's going to be hanging out with a fan?
Right. Hell no.
Yeah, okay. So, they're so jealous of that, and it's just so pathetic. I'm sorry. Xbox has always been really cool with their fans. You look at people like Sarah Bond. She's making friends with all the community.
She's doing very well. She's doing very well right now.
And even Phil, he play Xbox games with them, and I've asked him questions about Xbox or whatever technology, and I've asked him certain things like what's going to happen here and there, where and he's answered, and nobody on Sony's ever doing that type of stuff. I know what type of questions I can ask, or what's a fair question. I'm not going to ask him, "Hey Phil, are you buying Dying Light?" Or you don't do that type of stuff. But when the time is there, you could actually talk to people within Xbox, and also when the times weren't as good, I also. I was there, and I remember, arguing with people, and not arguing, but just, even Phil jokes around about the one conversation we had, because it kind of got a little heated or whatever, and we went back and forth, and it was about E3 and how it was about when, Crash, when the whole situation with the Larry show with Crackdown, and how it was just
yeah.
I really felt like
those were the dark days, Tim.
The dark days, but let's just be honest. They treat us like human beings, and they're cool with our community, and they're all about community. Xbox Fan Fest. I'm sorry you guys don't have that. And I'm sorry that Yoshida doesn't want to hang out with you or interact with you, or that doesn't give a shit about who you are. I'm sorry, but don't take it out on us, because he is doing something that he's always been doing, and that's being a part of the Xbox community. End of discussion.
Facts. Hey, let me get these super chats. Brutal Enigma with $2. Greenberg's face as a Sony pony crying is priceless.
Fuck.
Lord Starkiller with the $5. Now that Microsoft is fully backing Xbox, ponies realize Microsoft will compete this gen. Hey, I think they pretty much know now. They might not want to admit it, but they know. Lord Starkiller again with the $5. Time for a celebration. Yeah, Tim Dog. There we go.
Hey, Tim Dog.
Love it.
You used to have catchphrases, right? Battletoads thing?
What?
You said Battletoads?
Catchphrases?
No.
That wasn't him.
No,
that wasn't
Xbox.
him?
That's
Xbox.
Xbox.
Oh, Xbox.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, Carl Weed with the $5. Xbox leadership is much more dynamic and personable
Yes.
than PlayStation leadership. Absolutely.
Facts.
Who would choose to hang out with JimRyan or over
Oh,
Sarah
shit.
Bond,
Oh,
Wow.
Phil,
shit.
or Aaron?
Oh,
You know what? That's
Hey.
True.
that is sad because if you guys, I'm not gonna say the name, but on a podcast, he was actually using that as an argument that Microsoft is actually more open to people and maybe people has a bias towards them because they are like more friendly. That's a real quote, by the way.
Yeah.
Not, but if you
Medingo.
Oh,
friends
they're
with someone,
definitely jealous.
yeah,
Yeah.
go for it.
McDingo McDickens with the $5. Man, Phil been Sony. Oh shit. Phil been Sony over and pulled the Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Oh,
shit.
Hand banana episode.
I know.
Oh shit. I'm not familiar with it. Oh, but thanks, bro. Looney Boy, what's up, Looney Boy, with the $10? Battle.net has like 26 million active users. Xbox can integrate PC games into Battle.net and upgrade existing Battle.net users to GamePass. No upcharge and instantly double GP user base to 50
Battle.net
million.
Right about
is absolutely, and Phantom Kraken, I think you brought that up. Battle.net is a huge part of this, and I can't talk about it because it involves something with my credo and my where I work. But all I can tell you is that there are people that are so involved with Battle.net and so crazy that you could just see that it is it's a huge deal too. Another thing that is lost in all the shuffle with
There's
with everything.
so much to unpack. It's like,
And they
even with-
need it. They need their storefront sucks, right? On PC.
yeah, 100%.
all I
They need to
hear.
do better. That's the Windows team. They're fighting each other, all that bullshit. You've seen it in the documentary as well. But like, even with Phil getting a new job title, Microsoft Gaming CEO, and you've seen the team, that is officially a part of that. Microsoft has got his own title right there now. And that is insane, man. Insane, bro.
Yeah, man.
And one thing I noticed, and shout out to Xbox with this is kind of a controversial subject. You look at Xbox and you look at that thing. There's a lot of women. There's a lot of
100%.
people of color.
Yes,
You-
what you
you-
call it? I saw that picture, and it was like half
Yeah.
of them were women.
You saw a lot of diversity, right?
Mhm.
I guarantee you, if you showed the same thing on a Sony side, you would not see one woman. Maybe one woman if you're lucky.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I mean, listen, the whole thing with Kotig and his trash that he pulled out. Microsoft's the best place where they can come because Phil's not tolerant of that shit. You know what I mean?
Somebody was
No,
joking
I
around. He
love
said they're gonna
this
make Sarah
quote.
Bond
You know, I love how
ahead of,
Phil was asked.
The letter.
I
Did
love
you
how
see that?
Phil was asked about his relationship with Activision, how him moving forward. This is before the deal.
That
How
interview, yeah.
how he's going
Yeah.
about, motherfucker. Who has the exclusive deals? Who has all the things? You should be talking to Sony,
It's
not
facts.
Phil.
Right.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean? That's the kind of bullshit that I hate. Is because it's such a double standard, and the only reason why he gets asked those questions is because Jimmy is not gonna. He's gonna be hiding in the corner. He'll only come out when, hey, we're 30 million consoles. We're ahead of the competition,
Right.
and we're doing better than them. And that's it. He'll come for an interview there. Try asking them about VRR. Are they ever getting VRR? I mean, I think that they are, but like things like that, like with Xbox people, you goddamn know if they promise something like that and they've been this long, we'd be furious over it. We'd be asking Jason Ronald every day, what the hell's going on? Where they get a free pass. And what I'm liking is that they're starting not to get the free passes. And you talk about this whole thing, it's never been really fair to Microsoft. And you got now the Jason Schreiers of the world and
Oh my
Colin
God.
begging for government intervention
Mm,
and just 5 years ago, as I showed in my tweets, they were basically laughing about how Xbox cannot compete in this space.
Yeah, bro. I'll send that 300%, bro. You
The
exposed
hypocrisy
that.
is really high in that one, to be honest.
Yeah.
And now that you mention it, you're right. Like Sony's the one rubbing shoulders with them. Like you're the one
Yeah.
passing the checks, not Microsoft. So that's a really interesting point. Now you make me think about it.
It just annoys me, or just like you show like the picture of all that diversity. Like, why don't you take a look at Sony's side? Like, take a look at their side, okay? And let's see if you see that type of diversity. Guess what? You're
Or
not going to see
color.
that type of diversity. You're going to see a bunch of guys.
Right.
That's it.
Fox.
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 Fox. All right, y'all. Let's Go ahead and-
hold on. One more question. I know, I know. You know, the higher ups at Microsoft are real friendly, friendly to the point where they can ask you for $20. Tim Dog. Now that Mr. Yabar is back with the team, are you ever gonna get that $20 back?
Oh,
Well, I'll
shit, I
tell you one
forgot.
thing. Me and Mike are talking, and we're friends, and we're following each other. If that means if that means anything, I mean, I think it's a tough time for Mike too, because Mike can't be talking about how it's going to be an Xbox because he's under Bethesda, and this whole thing is
Blizzard,
Blizzard, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Blizzard.
That's the thing. It's like guys like him and Josh Kerwin, and they really can't.
Rod Ferguson.
What's Rob
Rob
Ferguson?
Ferguson too. They can't be a certain way. They can't be all Team Xbox when they're still working with Blizzard, and there's still a possibility that if deal doesn't go through, that's who they work for. So, yeah, Mike's very happy, and I'll say it that much. I know that we were talking about the games and how crazy they were. I mean, this I don't know if you guys are football fans, but
Oh yeah.
Which game? Yesterday game? Oh my
Yeah,
god!
all
Yeah,
of them, everyone.
Oh
Yeah,
my
every
god!
game
You know,
was
you know,
shit,
you know
bro.
what you know what I said? I said, "Them the Bucks lost, but god damn it, we got Activision." That's what got me through.
You know what? That's the same thing. It's like when I wake up for work, or when I feel miserable, I could always you can look back. Listen, I'm still ecstatic. I still want to talk about, like, I love coming on Twitter and just thinking about the possibilities. And like I said, I honestly feel like Xbox fans deserve this time
Mhm.
because there was so much shit we took last gen.
8
Tell 'em,
years,
Tim.
dude.
Lies, bullshit, making fun of us, making
Tell 'em, Tim.
videos, doing all types of shit, and just we withstood it. And this podcast, another podcast, Xbox community, man, I just love the community, man. Every community has some people that there's no community's perfect, put it that way.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, the Xbox community is fucking.
Except for the WBG community, right? Hit the like button.
I just gotta say though, I'm just real proud of the people, just like everyone here, just doing your thing and building your brands, and making money where you can make money. Like I'm all for that shit. You know what I mean? And I'm just happy that that we're really doing well, and this is just the start. I kind of just feel like this gen is going to be a real positive Xbox generation throughout.
Mm-hmm.
And fuck the flip.
Absolutely, Tim. Hey, yo, Looney Boy with the $5. Do y'all think Phil will leverage King's infrastructure to start making standalone mobile apps for Xbox first-party games to go to Apple Store individually? I'm not sure, but
I'm not sure.
They've
All I
done
can
Forza
say
and
is-
Gears, but
yeah,
they,
all I can say,
stopped doing
I'm
those.
not well versed on the mobile side, and Microsoft has failed miserably on that part.
Yeah.
So I think King should make the decisions of what it is good for them, and Microsoft just handle the money when they need
roll
it.
with it.
Like you
Just
said,
let
though,
it-
they're so shitty in mobile. Like, if they get this deal, if this deal doesn't go through, man, heads should roll, because it's going to be it'll be complete bullshit, because they don't have a name, they don't have anything in mobile.
Right.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Right.
And they
Yeah.
tried, like I said, they tried with the Gears and they tried with the Forza.
Yeah, it didn't work out.
And
But
they'll
do have
close-
that,
they'll
I
close
think
down.
the
have
deal
that-
will go through.
You know
They
what?
do
I
have
don't
that
know.
work.
How
They do
about
have that
put Candy
Microsoft
Crush?
games.
How about, like, I even tweeted DM Phil, and he put a like on it, like a smile. But I'm like, bro, how about even just like I just said, I as a joke, but I am kind of serious. Put Candy Crush on freaking Xbox. Put
Go ahead.
achievements
Yeah.
on it. You know
Why
what I
not?
mean?
How about some
Put some
achievements on
achievements
it?
on it,
too?
yeah.
Sometimes I don't want to play. Like, I finished the Gunk, and
Exactly.
and I have to experience. It's a good experience. But, like, when you're playing Halo on heroic, man,
Yeah, you wanna chill out.
Tight. You're tight
Right.
trying to be barriers and the closed door, area, and everything's going crazy, and you're dying 100 times. But like sometimes you just want to play like a game like Candy Crush. And, honestly, I would like to see those games on Xbox too.
Facts.
I know, like Ornament, they have achievements on the app. I play that every now and then.
Yeah. Lord Starkiller with the $5. It will take a while, but looking forward to seeing COD on Game Pass day and day. Yeah, it probably
It's gonna
after,
take a while.
it's possible it could be next year if the deal is finalized
I
by
think
the
next
summer.
year is guaranteed. I think next year is guaranteed. Who
Yeah.
knows? Let's
Well,
guys.
what you call it?
We're
Bethesda?
still in January, guys. We're still in January right
Yeah.
now.
It'll
This
take a
gives
long
me-
time.
Yeah, it's
This
gonna take
gives
a
Yeah,
me
but
the
They're
goal
gonna
of
kick
March
back. They're gonna
next
kick
month,
back.
next year.
But like a lot of people who I talked about too, about the COD exclusivity part of it. Listen, let's just say it is exclusive. Or I mean, it is multi-plat. You still got one. It's going to be the lead platform. Two, it's going to utilize features that Sony doesn't have. VRS, mesh shading, VRS 2.0, stuff that's going to enable for better performance, higher frames, stuff like that. Marketing. You're going to have
Game
early
Pass?
access, Game Pass Day One.
Perks.
Yeah, exactly. So there is a lot of perks that go along with that deal. I can't see them if they're willing to. If Xbox is willing to, say, okay, we'll make this exclusive. Multi-plat. I think that really fast tracks the deal. And like Sean said, it should be March. I've heard
Next year.
that's where they want to be. They want to get it done in March.
Oh, okay. So let me read these super chats. Now I'm gonna ask you a question, Tim. Emmanuel A1 with the $10. Hold it down, WBG. Good to see Tim Dog back on the panel for sure, man. Tim Dog is the man. Thanks, bro, for the 10. Appreciate you. Looney Boy with the $5. King doesn't have to develop the game, just manage the mobile apps to reach Apple users. That browser stream not gonna cut it on iPhones.
Oh no,
Yeah.
definitely. I mean,
Yeah.
if Apple had this old thing that everybody's fighting against them because you can't sell on their store, having King inside, now Microsoft is like, hey, I'm in your house now. So
Yeah. Hey, Tim, let me ask you that. Could you just mention something about exclusivity? So, in your opinion, you're thinking that with the exception of Warzone, the mainline Call of Duties will not be multi-plat no longer, right?
No, I think what Phil said, I kind of feel like if Phil's saying that, he's trying to streamline their process. I kind of feel like it will be multi-plat pretty much the whole thing.
All of it. Oh, okay, you said it
Yeah,
will.
I do, but I do think that you'll have some perks on Xbox inside, or maybe some timed exclusivity involved with it. They definitely have to incentivize the Xbox platform as well as they should.
Mhm.
But for him to tweet that tells me one thing. That's the lawyers came back and said this is going to be the main sticking point. If you want to, fast track this and you want to kind of get it out there and talk to Sony and let them know if you want to, possibly have a battle here and possibly take it to court. We can go for full exclusivity, and I think Phil and Satya probably said, you know what, for this franchise, and being that he only mentioned that franchise, and being about how the franchise is how it's kind of a community that's active, and it's it's not like a game that comes out every 3 years, and it's every year they're expecting a new game, and the nature of it. That it wasn't worth risking the deal not to go through or have a hiccup or not be fast tracked. I do kind of feel like it's going multi-plat, and they're going to treat it like Minecraft because I do feel like there is a lot of pressure going on right now, and
I
that's
think
why
that's just the beginning, Tim. Our person is going to change later down the line.
Very well. I think it definitely could. It depends on what they agree to. They might say for the first 5 years, or they might say Warzone and could be the multiplayer and Warzone, and then a single line, mainline campaign is exclusive fully exclusive or exclusive for 6 to 12 months. Absolutely, if Sony had gotten this, I think that they would be tweeting already that it's going to be exclusive and fuck you.
Right.
And listen, we have, everyone loves Xbox too, but sometimes you can take them to task on that, because if you really wanted it, me personally, I would be honest. If I was in Phil's position, I would do the same thing. I would keep it multi-plat, just to, because I read from looking at the whole situation, I do kind of feel like if they try to make that exclusive, that they're really going to kind of get resistance. And this Lena Khan, who's ushering in a new panel and with much more scrutiny, that it would be a sticking point. But I'm not going to say, if you're going to say Dirt, F them, we got to make this exclusive. Like Bethesda, we're going full tilt. I can't say you're wrong. I just think that being
As
the
of right
position-
now.
as of
right
right
now.
now.
I'm going to be honest. If that, go ahead.
No, go ahead. But I just think if it was different circumstances, I would say
Yeah, of
fight
course.
for it. But right now, there's just so much shit
I mean,
done of Xbox,
The thing is, I don't know if it's worth fighting for it, and when it comes to Phil and Microsoft, because it's going to come with a lot of trouble. But my thing is, they are fighting over COD. But I don't know if Microsoft at the end of the day is going to say, "Hey, you don't need to make COD this year." So if they out there, the COD studios don't make COD, Sony won't have COD. They're not taking it away; they're just not making them. So I think that's a loophole right there.
Well, I guess one of my questions is like, I guess when they don't want consolidation and quote unquote monopolies and stuff, but do you think like America, when they see like a company like Tencent, which is a Chinese company, don't they want like an American company to be in this race? And kind of like it's kind of like it's almost like how they wanted Microsoft to buy TikTok. They want an American company to be in this big business when it comes to not getting left behind in these industries. So do you think by being Microsoft and not being a Japanese company like Sony helps?
Well, are you saying that to me, or are you just saying in general?
Well, yeah, maybe you, I guess. What's your opinion?
And what was the just say the question again?
So to make it more
Do you
concise,
think the American government would advocate more Microsoft getting the studios instead of somebody else, and that will help with the having COD exclusive?
Listen, I'm going to be completely honest, and I don't want to get into politics. And we all have our opinions. If this was Trump's administration, this would be no problem. We'll go right through. This kind of
I know.
It runs along political lines. So and believe me, because I would say I would be honest, I'm a Democrat, I'm a union worker, so I kind of tend to vote for Democrats because of the union. But there are some things about Democrats that I don't agree with, and this is like this kind of regulation is they're more looking to scrutinize it rather than say they probably that girl Lena probably doesn't even know who Tencent is, and I think that they should get some leniency, but with this administration, I don't think that they're going to get any. If anything, that's not going to help. It's not going to even help them. Where I do think that people with the philosophy of less government, it would kind of help it in the situation because the regulations part of it, and America, kind of that whole ideology, I do think would kind of play into it, and I honestly think it should play into it because let's be honest, if there's a couple of things going on here. First of all, in my opinion, the best place for Kotig in this whole entire workplace environment, shit environment, whatever he had going on at Activision, Microsoft's a perfect place to be because they have zero tolerance for that stuff and they'll handle it. Whereas Tencent and these other companies, I don't know, man. You're gonna tell me Tencent's gonna come in and be caring? If they just care about the bottom line, and it is a great question, and it's a hard question. But if I'm going to be honest, I'm going to say no. I don't think that. I think the climate or the and that's why I talk about COD and giving them that bone. I think that the climate for Xbox sucks with this. It's Washington. There's a big name in hand. Somebody who wants to make a name, who's been newly announced. And listen, you look at her answer on. I posted it up. And she was talking about how people say it's a second. How could Xbox be considered a monopoly, and all this stuff when it's considered even by revenue the top three? Her answer, and then she compared this situation to when Windows was trying to become back in the 2000s. That whole thing where they,
actually a monopoly.
Yeah, when it was really, a super clear-cut situation. And her answer on that was really curious. Raised eyebrows. So I would say I kind of feel Xbox got a little bit of a shit card in that aspect. But I do think that their lawyers and everything know that that's going to be the case. And that's why you have that April of 2023 date, because you usually don't go that far out. You go maybe 9 months or 6 months, but they're going 18 months, and that's because they know that this could be a fight, and it most likely is. But personally, if you ask me, damn right you should consider it's an American company, and damn right if freaking Google, not even Google, if Tencent gets their hands on it, or Embracer Group, you could say goodbye, because that'll be shit for their workplace, and it'll be shit for the fucking industry, and it'll be shit for gamers. Microsoft, like we detailed, it'll be good for gamers, in my opinion. You're ready to see start of it. Guitar Hero talked about newer IPs, getting people working on things that they should actually be working on, and not abiding by deadlines because they have to make a certain amount of money. Versus, if they're with Tencent, that shit's going to still go on. So, I think if you're really looking at it, they should have an advantage, but I don't think that they're going to get it.
Yeah.
I'm glad I asked that question because you gave a lot of insight. Thank you.
Yeah. All righty, man.
Tim, shout out to Tim, man, for talking that shit, man. It's been there's so much with this, and hopefully let this year go out and let's just enjoy it. That's all I gotta say. That's all.
That's what I say. I honestly, if you ask me, if the deal doesn't go through or was put to court, we got a serious problem where, there would be heads to roll. And that's why I think at the end, I think what you'll really get is you'll probably get some provisions and some some window dressing, but in the end it'll go through, and hopefully they don't have that much restrictions. If it's only COD, then okay, I'll deal with it. Start R&D for Guitar Hero 2. That'll be absolutely massive, and will push a ton of new subscribers. And as last gen, just look at last gen. All Sony needed was a marketing deal and a slightly performing better console version to take everyone back. Xbox now, Major League Gaming, they get all esports. Guess what? When it was all PlayStation, guess what it's probably going to be now for COD? All Microsoft, all Xboxes. So you're getting back a lot of stuff where it's going to really kind of make home of COD, and especially Game Pass, Xbox, regardless, even if it is on another platform.
Yep. All right, guys. It's towards the end of the show. So it's something I had to do because there's another game that's about to come out, man, that I meant to do it last week, but I totally forgot. So let's go do this right quick. Make it real fast. I just get this out the way because it's late in the show. So Dying Light.
A lot of fun. I got to shout out to this the way you run this podcast. You do a really good job, man.
Thanks, bro.
Really cool with the interactivity and that. Like, honestly, it's very unique, and I had a lot of fun tonight. So it's just like to keep me entertained is kind of hard. So when you're doing it,
question, Tim, have you seen I'm a Pony?
Thanks, Tim. I appreciate you. Hey, Tim, like before you get out of here, man, let me ask you.
I got time, so whenever.
Oh, okay.
You got time? Good. Question.
Hold on.
Have
you give a shit? What are you doing?
I want to ask him if he's seen I'm a Pony.
Have you seen a pony?
I saw a pony.
I'm a Pony.
The video. I'm a pony.
Oh yeah. We saw them last year.
Which one? I saw some funny shit. Honestly.
Yeah, we showed them that last year. Yeah, we showed them last year. Yeah, the shit with Richard Simmons, with Eddie Murphy. I like Richard Simmons. All right, so let's go ahead and get this right quick. Now, guys, let's get this out the way. Dying Light 2 is a game that comes out, I think, next week. So I just wanted to guess the Metacritic for Dying Light 2. All right, so who going first?
I'll take it.
Well, Tim talk that shit.
I got an 82.
82. Okay, that's a pretty good score.
You must be crazy, Tim.
Sean, what's your score there? You POS?
78.
78.
Son of a bitch.
I'll go 83.
Soft. Wait, hold on. 83 there?
Yeah, 83.
Are you sure about that?
I'm positive.
Why the fuck are you positive for?
Because I am.
But why? Tell me 83. Are you fucking stupid or some shit?
What the fuck?
Well, how were the impressions? The impressions were pretty good.
I don't know where you're going with
Hold on,
this.
Sean. Hey, Sean, what you trying to say, you piece of shit?
I'm telling you, the stupid motherfucker. That's what I'm trying to say. 83. Come on, player. Just think
Fuck
about
you
it.
mean?
You had
Come on, bro.
78.
You got said, what you niggas gonna be dog shit?
Hey, he said just think about it.
Think about it,
bro. Come on, bro.
Hey, Dad, what's your score?
I go 80.
80.
Motherfuckers.
Sue.
Hold on, I just got back. What was the game?
Sean got me nervous. Like, dude,
Dying Light.
Yeah, I don't know.
What the hell did you hear, Sean?
Sean hear shit. Sean is talking shit.
Well, I know the
Dying Light
game's in some people's hands, so
Yeah.
so if you know, and then I did hear that they had did they have an impressions? Didn't they have an impressions embargo?
I
haven't
don't think
seen
not for Dying
anything.
Light.
We know it's gone gold. That's the only thing.
Yeah, it's gonna go. So what you think, bro?
I'm gonna go 80.
God damn it. All right.
Come on.
Okay.
All right,
let's go.
Joey.
One of these motherfuckers must be
Okay,
a
so
drug tonight.
I wish it would be over 80, but fucking Sean took 80. All right, I'll go 88. I'll still go 88. Sorry,
Wait,
78.
88.
78. Oh,
What the fuck are you talking about?
Hey, Dirt,
78.
Dirt,
My bad. 78.
Dirt.
78.
Change me to 79 because I'm.
Yeah,
so I can
I'm
be different.
scared when Sean's acting like this game's like a piece of shit.
no, Sean is actually the piece of shit.
I think the 500 hours will pull people back.
Yeah. Hey, so let me recap. Dying Light 2, guess the Metacritic. Dirt has 83.
I'm 81 now.
Oh, you say so 81? Okay.
See that
Sean
shit?
got me
You
spooked.
see that shit?
Okay. That's
Talk
only
about
one
shit,
change. Like
Tim.
one change. So we got Dirt 83, Sean 78, Dev changed his to 79, Tsunami 80, Joey 78. Our guest Tim Dog 81. R&B isn't here, so we'll get his at some other time. All right, fellas. So that's two.
He gonna take. He gonna say
Sean got me
98.
scared though. I pre-ordered this game and everything. Sean might have
damn.
heard something.
No, Sean don't know shit, man.
I know
Sean
shit.
is like first person games.
Look.
I
You know how I
honestly,
roll.
I think it'll be a game that takes a lot of hits, but I think it's gonna be the first Dying Light. I mean, I didn't finish.
I didn't
But
finish
that
it.
game was scary as hell.
Bro,
It
at
was a
nighttime,
good
Tim, that
game.
shit got scary.
Hey, Sean. Sean,
Yeah, bro.
you should change your shit to 77.
Oh shit.
Just
I know.
because, so you and Joey don't have the same score.
Man, fuck both of them.
Yeah, you should change it to
I took that
77.
shit. I took that shit.
Yeah, you go down in one case. Go ahead.
Why the
You
fuck you
stepped out.
taking 78 for, you soft
No,
motherfucker?
because you took my. Well, fuck you, man.
I said it first, though.
Yeah. All right, let me read the super chat. KG the second with the $10. Xbox needs to make Kyle a 2-year timed exclusive, so these ponies are always on the last version while we on the new. Shout out to Final Fantasy. Good shit.
man.
Yeah, exactly,
You
bro.
know what? I
That's
listen.
funny as fuck.
It's just crazy how you have nobody, these Jason Schreiers of the world, they actually cheer when Sony does stuff like that. But like with
Right.
Final Fantasy VII, that's bullshit. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
all that money hat they do, that is bullshit. But you know what? We don't cry about it. We're not asking Joe Byron why that's
Bingo.
happening. We just deal with it, man.
Exactly, man.
And it just goes to show you that people definitely have agendas, and they showed their ugly face. Shout out to Jason Schreier and Colin Moriarty.
Mhm.
Those guys, bro, they either don't like Microsoft or they're Sony ponies. Jason's always hated Microsoft, so we know the answer on that. Colin, I'll give him a lot more respect. He doesn't block everyone. But, man, this is the same guy who has to take, why the hell would they buy Ninja Theory? Like,
Why would they buy Double Fine? Piece of shit to put quality content in Xbox Game Pass. What the?
No, he said it was the Hellblade or Ninja
yeah,
Theory.
like, how do you, Hellblade, honestly, Hellblade 2, we have a lot of cheer about that, but they showed at the Game Awards, freaked people out, bro. It freaked Digital Foundry out where they were trying to be all critical and shit, and they were just like, nah, we're not touching this because you know what? We don't know what the fuck's going on here. And and it's like, and I did talk to Phil about it, and he goes, Tim, you don't realize they're really just playing the game. So I do know that you played at the first game, and there are a lot of cuts that they go to with Senua and stuff
Yeah.
like that, but that's the real game, man. And if you're playing a game like that, I don't care if it looks like that. That shit's big time revolutionary. And shout out to I don't know how to pronounce his name, but
His name is hard.
yeah, but that guy's a fucking genius, and his team is actual genius. And we talk about Microsoft being good for its publishers. You know why they came on with Xbox? Because the tech that they use is fucking astronomical, and they use it. They're using top of the line tech, motion everything. Their stuff. They came on with Microsoft because they couldn't have everything that they wanted. Now they get everything they wanted. And another case of Microsoft helping the developer. Just look at that freaking demo. It is. I mean, I watched that on 4K about 25 times on my 4K TV.
Yeah.
I showed my wife. She's like, "What is that? It's a movie?" You know what I mean? It's like that's how impressive it is.
Absolutely. Tip Diamond with the 5 Canadian. I'm late, but I'll catch the replay. Shout out to WBG panel and Tim Dog. It's never too late to hit that like button. Absolutely, bro.
Appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and his name is Tamim.
Tamim.
Yeah, that guy's an absolute
No.
genius.
To me, his
man.
name is easy, but try to say his last name.
Yeah, and I mean, he is.
Yeah.
Try to say his
bro.
last name, Sean.
Right.
I don't know.
Sean, when are we gonna play with Sean? By the way, we got robbed with that first game. Why don't we hit me up? Did you play It Takes Two? It Takes
We
Two.
we can play again, bro. We need to play it.
That's a great
We
game.
got robbed. We were like, "Yo, man, we're gonna get all these achievements."
Oh, we got one achievement.
What was the game we played?
A way out.
A way out.
Way
Yo,
Out,
we
yeah.
played for hours.
Bro.
We had arm wrestles. We had everything, bro. We got 0 achievements. We're like, oh, he's telling me, he's like, yeah, Tim, I hear all the achievements start hitting at the end of the game. We hit the end of the game and we're like,
Fuck all.
yo, what the fuck? We got nothing. That's it.
Good shit.
Yo, that's probably the worst game ever, Tim. That's the worst game ever.
That was the biggest disappointment because we were like, yeah, man, we're gonna get like 400 achievement points right now. We just hit these things up. We
got
just
like 5 or some
waiting.
shit.
We were waiting, and it was like, nah, it's just, I think we done, bro.
Honestly, Tim, when you ready, bro, but it takes two.
No, let's
Let's
do
go.
It Takes Two, and maybe we have to go through. We'll get some achievements just to get it, but
Definitely.
I want to do it with you. We'll start hooking up.
100%, bro.
You and your fucking UK 7 hours, wherever the fuck you are.
Yeah, we'll make it happen.
Let's talk about
Me
it.
and you, Tim, we can make it.
Yeah, I remember it'd be like after you'd be like, yo, you want to play? It's like 2:00. I'm like at work on a pole. I'm like, this motherfucker is crazy.
Right.
And then I'd be hitting him up, and he's like, yo, Tim, it's 4 a.m. Get the fuck out of here.
We'll make it work, bro.
We'll make it work.
All right, y'all. Carlos Alvarado with the $2. StarCraft Space Marine.
Oh,
First-person shooter by Coalition. On Horizon 5.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, man.
Was
You
it
know what?
Yeah.
What's it called?
I honestly think that the Coalition is making could be they're making that the Gears on Unreal 5. Maybe just do a single player mainline, all Gears 5 master, whatever they call it, the
What's
Dom
that?
collection.
Yeah, have you heard about that, Tim? Like,
I think that's real.
is that real?
Yeah, because I think that they want a smaller project that they get to use to Unreal 5. So basically, it'll be Unreal 5, probably look amazing, and it'll just be all of the previous 5 with the DLCs.
That'd be
And
crazy.
I don't think
Gears
I-
2
I-
and 3 on Unreal 5.
I don't think that they will have. Yeah, just they for what they want, whatever they're doing, they're gonna. Gear 6 is gonna be their second game this generation, but they want to learn and familiarize with themselves. Rayner, the guy that's I shouldn't say guy. I think he's
The chicken.
she basically like the best in the business when it comes to Unreal. So when they want to get their hands on Unreal 5, learn it. What's easy to make a game? Think about it. What's easy to make a game and learn? A game that's already coded. All you got to do is just basically build the game up the way it was. Put it on the Unreal 5 engine. The dev turnaround time is probably about 2.5 years. I don't think that they would do an online element because of the mess that Master Chief was, and because of all the problems that they had. But it's possible that they could. But I can honestly see them doing some type of Unreal 5, project with Gears, because it makes too much sense as far as dev turnaround time and learning the engine. And then once they learn the engine and say they put this game out and say it's mid 2023, then Gear 6 is going to absolutely blow everyone away.
It'll
I can't wait, man.
It'll be the showpiece of Unreal 5.
And you know what else, Tim?
They were known, and especially Rayner, were known as the best in the business with Unreal.
And you know what else, Tim? They're giving Gears a break, so by the time it comes back, we would have missed it. Like, yo, man, we can't wait to see Gears, So that's amazing stuff. Hey,
I think Gears is gonna be, when it comes out, it's gonna blow our minds.
I agree. Hey, so boneless, boner, dysfunctional. Come on, that name, bro. What do POS mean? Hey, Sean, what do
Postal
POS
Welfare
mean?
Service.
It means you piece of shit.
All right, guys, it's 2 hours. I like to end the show 2 hours. Shout out to Iron Lords, but I can't
It's a
do a
special
6 hour
occasion.
show.
We got
We're not
4
doing no
4.5
6
hours
hour
left.
shit. I'm gonna actually DM Lord and be like, I couldn't believe it. I was watching the games and I hit my phone and it was like 6:30, and I know what time they usually go. So I'm like, it's 6:30, and I'm like, and I'm seeing a live presentation. I'm like, and like 8 people there. I'm like, holy shit, these motherfuckers are still on. And then I talked to a couple of people that said, yeah, they were on for 6 hours, and they made about like $2,000 in super chat. So shout out to them, make that money.
I'm not surprised they carried on with that shit.
But they had a lot of. I heard that Colin on. Is that true?
Yeah, bro. They had
Everybody and their mother was on that show.
Bro,
I
I
forgot.
heard
who
Colin.
did it.
I heard
forgot.
Colin got fleeced up by Mr. Hoglore.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
I got.
That was that was the Avengers of podcasts.
Gaz was trying to get at him.
Yeah. A lot of
I
people
need
went
to finish
after.
it off.
Richard Armenta with the $5. Do you know what's funny when the ponies turn on the PS5 game? PlayStation 5 game's gonna say Xbox Studios. That shit is gonna be funny.
Well, we do when we do Major League Baseball, so it's funny when we do it.
Well,
there,
no,
too.
we started that with Minecraft, so
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I wonder if we're gonna get Major League Baseball again as a
Game Pass.
Game Pass, yeah, that's
Yeah.
Well, I think the
I
deal
hope
is good
so.
for 1 year. I think that deal is made for 3 at least.
if they
It's
get
gonna
that
be interesting.
again. I don't think I do
hope
think that Xbox. Everyone's saying, "Oh, November." I do think that the games will start to get hot and heavy in June. You'll get Age of Empires consoles definitely coming, from what I heard. You're gonna have Deathloop. You're gonna have obviously Forza, and then
A lot of people are saying Dying Light 2 might make it to Game Pass next month.
It's possible.
I won't
That'll be
bet.
dope.
You probably have to wait this week, though. You probably have to hear it soon.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Right,
definitely.
because it is next week. So
I'm just saying, look at this month
Crazy.
with Game
Oh,
Pass.
in January they absolutely murdered it. But I see a lot of people like the Sony ponies joking around about how it's only 2 months. No, it's not only 2 months. It'll be about 6 months, but that 6 months is absolutely
Stacked.
ridiculous. Sony's going to have a big year this year. Sony's going to have, and you're not going to see me cry about it, or I give credit where credit's due. I'm not one to do that. They're going to get Horizon. They're gonna get that game, Symphony or whatever. It looks good.
Forspoken.
Yeah, that game looks pretty good. Then they
Are
have
you sure?
What the Symphony?
Are you sure that it looks good?
yeah,
let's
it look all right.
Well, listen, I'm the type of guy that finished that Bruce Lee game. So for me,
Oh, Sifu, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
you guys
coming to
remember
PC. I'm gonna grab that. That looks pretty
Yeah.
good, man.
that's
Well, the
the
thing
one
about
I'm talking about.
Sifu, the thing
Do you
about
guys
Sifu
ever
to me,
play
is, like, it
Bruce Lee?
reminds me of Absolver, and I hated Absolver.
How do you hate
What game?
Absolver though?
What game?
You
Tim?
said what,
That's
Tim?
another conversation.
Did we ever play what, Tim?
The Bruce Lee game. Me and Zaire always talk about this game.
Is that a fighting game? Because I
Yeah,
know
it was
there's
on Xbox.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The OD one, yeah.
So that was like one of my favorite games. So
I love
for
that
me,
game.
any kind of fighting game or type of games like that, I kind of like. This is from the Sifu is from the Absolver dev.
Yeah,
remember that?
Yeah.
Which is a pretty cool game, but that's a little nice game there. And then they're gonna have Horizon and if God of War makes it, they're gonna have a good year. But honestly, I think the biggest game of the year is gonna be Starfield.
Oh, absolutely.
I agree. I can't wait for
There you
that.
go. McDingle McThickens with the $5. Dirt, go watch the excuse me, the Hand Banana episode on Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Yeah.
All right, bro, I'm gonna have to do that.
Send us a clip. Send us a clip, bro.
No, you watch the episode. Watch that.
Can we see before we go? Can we just see JimRyan, the horseman, walking across?
Oh, he likes that. Oh my god.
Yeah. I just want to see it one more last time.
Hey, you asked for it, Tim? You got it, my man.
I love you.
Some wild shit. Yo,
So
Tim,
unsettling.
Tim, this is for you as well, bro.
Mail bondsman from Chicago asked his running mate.
Political analysts say this may be too little, too late.
Hi, I'm with the Port Commission. Hey, can you get my demo tape to somebody?
Damn, Phil Nolan. That should be like Bethesda and freaking Activision.
Right. Smack all of their ass.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. We about to get out of here. We couldn't do you give a shit tonight.
You could.
I mean, come on,
I played the gunk. That's all I played, and I give it 7 out of 10, and a good game to go if you just want to freaking You just want to relax. Very easy.
Yeah, it's very easy game. There's no challenge at all. So I guess that's it, fellas. So I gotta give a shout out to my boy Tim Dog. Tim Dog, thank you for joining us, man. You're always welcome on the show, and we appreciate you.
Yeah, well, definitely we gotta do another one. We'll do a show. Let's think.
I usually like to get you on around E3 time.
Yeah, well, I don't honestly. I don't think it's gonna be an E3. I think Phil wants to have an in-person deal.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that they might have their own show.
Okay,
all but dead. But whenever that happens, well, I'll definitely. Just hit me up. Listen, you can always hit me up. But we missed all last year, so we can't have that happen again. So
I think you was on last year once.
I feel like I was, yeah.
Yeah, you was on last year once, yeah.
But I love the show, man. Honestly, when I say that I had a lot of fun tonight, great people on the thing, everyone's really cool, and we laugh a lot, and we can curse and stuff like that. I like.
He said he get to let his hair loose over here.
You can let loose.
Yeah. Just not that I don't listen. RDX and TXR, I love them, but I just and I can always curse on RDX too. I like how just like we're all just kind of joking around here. You know what I mean? Like
we have fun, man.
I mean, I love all my podcasts, but this is just a podcast that I have fun on, and I've gone on a lot of different podcasts, and some are very serious, and some are this, but you guys are good, lighthearted, and I'm all friends with you guys, like Dirt and Sean, all you guys. I've known Tasami for a long time, and you guys just it's just good people, man. And
thank you, Tim. Hey, Tim, I appreciate that because we said we wanted to be a little bit sillier. We wanted to have a little bit more fun because, like, we're all fans, like fans of gaming, of course. But I listen to a lot of different podcasts too, and some are more serious. And I say I don't want to be the same as everybody else. So we all kind of came together as a group, and we came up with some stuff. We have the segments, we have little games, we do like guess the Metacritic, we have other stuff.
Yes.
We have a little thing at the end of the show called Do You Give a Shit, even though we didn't get a chance to do it today. But yeah, man, so that was the goal, and I appreciate you noticing that, and I appreciate you saying you like the show, man. Thanks a lot, bro.
Good. Definitely be tuning in, and see you guys in a couple of months.
All righty, man. Appreciate that.
I mean, unless you want to come on before that, that's up to you.
Right.
Whatever, bro. Like I said, if we get some big news, we'll definitely do something. I'm always up for it. Griggity, don't feel shy if it works for me. And like I said, I had fun tonight, so that's a big thing.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Richard Armenta with the $5. I just want to say, guys, good job. F the ponies. Keep talking shit, please. Oh, we are going to keep on talking shit. I did a video today. I was talking shit, and I'm sure Sean will do one soon. That's what we do. We talk shit, man. Because look, Tim Dog has already mentioned earlier in the show. Hey, Sean, you know where I'm about to go. Joey, back in 2014, 2015, they talk shit. Hey, what's up, Noob Nukem? What's up, bro? How you doing?
Boom, boom, kaboom.
They talk shit.
Nukem.
Now we're talking shit back, and they can't take it. They're blocking people. They're begging the president of the United States for shit.
Calling the police.
Calling the police is terrible. They don't know what to do. They don't know.
Joe Byron.
Joe Byron. Hey, Sean, bro, what you got going on, man?
Oh, man. Hopefully, we'll get to do TTS this Friday. Hopefully, maybe 12 p.m. your lot's time. Make it a bit easy for some of you guys. Because I know when we do go live sometimes, some of you guys are just waking up. Not even brush your motherfucking teeth. Not even wash your motherfucking face. But hopefully this week TTS is Friday, and hopefully I drop a video because there's so much salt out there, so much to talk about. But you know what, this is for you motherfucker ponies.
Oh yeah, like a pony. I'm a pony. I'm a pony. Don't you feel like a pony? Don't you feel like a pony when you sweat?
Oh Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have to talk
right.
that shit, guys. Shout out to over 1,000 subscribers as well, guys. It's been crazy. I know a lot.
You made it.
I made it, but a lot of
Shit,
people
man.
are saying, "Where's the super chat? Where's the members?" You guys know I got suspended, so I'm on probation right now. So until April, that's when I can monetize my channel again, now, boys. But guess what?
Call
We're
the
gonna
police.
continue talking last year. We're gonna have a lot of fun. Tim Dog will definitely be coming. Will come on TTS within the next month or two. We'll definitely get him on, and he will let loose. He will let loose, and we will talk that shit, and I fucking love it. So shout out to Tim Dog, and shout out to the 380 people who dropped by today.
Yeah, we
Shout
had
out to every one of you
381.
guys.
Hey, I think that's a record, Sean. Isn't it 381? It's a record.
Thank you,
Fuck
Tim.
knows. What was the special?
I think
show
that's every
last
time
week?
Tim comes on.
Yeah. You know, our biggest show is Tim Dog. That was last
Tim
year. Actually, Tim,
Yeah.
you did come on
Yeah.
last year because that's our biggest show. I think we got like 5,000 views. So
Nice.
that was our biggest show, the ones that you were on, sir. So yeah, man, you the man, Tim.
You the man.
Tim, Tim, we're gonna steal you. We're gonna steal you from RDX. We're gonna steal you from TX also. You come on WBG and TTS, motherfucker. Don't worry about it.
You just be ready to play Take Two or whatever the fuck.
Take Two.
Don't tell me you dream on achievements either.
Oh shit.
We
That's
should
funny
be
shit.
okay.
Hey Sue, what you got going on, bro?
Shit, I was just starting some extraction. I have to get used to it, but
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I have to ask Devin.
Oh yeah.
Where's
You
Pop?
It's
like
all right.
that?
It's okay. I mean, it looks great, but you know, it's all right.
Yeah, I played the tutorial. I wasn't feeling that shit. Like, maybe I should play it with y'all. Hey, you know what, man?
Sure.
Fuck Rainbow Six.
You a little like I get on.
Yeah, so
You didn't finish. You didn't finish what you were gonna. Rainbow
Yo,
Six.
when
What?
Devin
yeah?
goes, Rainbow Six is gonna be like,
yeah, man.
I
don't know
didn't
what to
even
say.
hear what you said.
Oh
see that
shit! Oh my god! Why y'all got Tim Dog on the show?
crying like a bitch. That's why.
Fuck Activision. I hate you, Sean, and I hate WBG, especially Dirt Black ass. All right, Devin, what you got going on, bro?
Probably finna play some COD.
Oh yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Joey, my man, Joey Crack, the freshest dude in Panama. What's up, man?
What's going on, man? Nah, nobody cares what I got going on, but hey, shout
Yeah,
out
you're
to
right
Tim
about that,
Dog.
motherfucker.
So
So go
much-
ahead. Who else? Oh, I'm sorry.
Shout out to Tim Dog, everybody in the chat.
Who's
Give a
that guy
shout out
with
to Tim
Kratos
Dog.
beard?
Thank you.
This guy got a Kratos beard.
This motherfucker always cutting me out. All right, never mind.
I'm sorry, Joey. I'm sorry, my man said I got a
I
Kratos
call him
beard.
Joey.
Hold on. I see a pony in the chat. Look at this shit here. PS5 is at 17 million sales. Xbox is at 11. Ha 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 ha.
How much money did you get from that, bud?
No, fuck all that. That's what y'all going back to? Sales?
Back to
All this
sales.
shit Xbox
Hey,
is doing,
hey,
changing the industry,
Hey,
and y'all are going back to sales?
hey, yo, ponies, do you really think somebody who just spent $68 billion care about your money?
Hold on. Whoever this POS is, listen to yourself. Y'all said it was 15-1, actually, remember?
Yeah, 10-1.
10-1. Y'all thought PlayStation 5 was outselling Xbox 10-1. Now y'all, oh yeah, shut up. Laugh, or whatever your name is. Piece of shit.
He can't even spell, and those numbers aren't accurate. So
Yeah, so
Yeah.
all right, everybody, we are about to get out of here. Thanks again to Tim Dog. Thanks to everybody else on
Thank
the panel.
you.
And that's it, y'all. We out.
shout out to Tim.
Shout out to you guys.
Peace and love. Peace and love.